Hello and welcome everyone to another fantastic Thursday here on the Exploding Dice channel. That is the first time I have ever said that because we've never streamed on Thursday before, but now we have. We are here. Thank you guys for joining us. Welcome to our inaugural episode of a brand new adventure here. A brand new cast of friends and a brand new chance to roll some dice. This is the Razor Coast, our amazing, or hopefully amazing, little pirate adventure that we've thrown together that's going to be coming at you every Thursday. I am really excited to be here, but rather than just listening to me ramble about that, I want to see who else is excited to be here, because you can see down below me we have a brand new cast of faces. How are you all doing today?
Woo!
Awesome!
Good.
So excited!
Yay!
Good to hear. Well, we are going to go around in just a second and have everyone kind of introduce themselves, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about who you are playing. But before we do that, just a couple of quick announcements. As always, guys, Dice Thulu has the retweet link for you right there. If you want to go ahead and hit that, share that link with your friends, tell them you're hanging out with us and having a good time. Okay, we can turn down that music a little bit now. Thank you. Just let everyone know. Also, we have a couple of things that I will talk about at the end. Some big announcements. First of all, if you guys did not see, tonight at the end of the episode, we are going to be giving away a copy of Xanthar's Guide to Everything. We've been running a giveaway on Twitter. I forgot to announce that. I probably should have tweeted that out, and I'll get to that when everyone's introducing their characters. But someone, not necessarily someone who's, it's not going to be just someone lurking in the stream. We got a ton of people who entered this. We got a copy of Xanthar's Guide, and we've also got a bunch of dice that have been donated generously by my friends over at Tabletop Loot. So someone's going to get a really, really cool prize package. If you don't want just that, you can also check out the, where is it? Where's my thing now? You can also check out the other giveaway. Oh, Shadzar also did the giveaway thing, for a Paizo giveaway. We've got some Pathfinder books for your player's handbook, an adventurer's guide, and a box of monster minis and stuff. All that you can win right there. That is pretty much the major announcements, other than I announced this last night, but I will tell you again, guys. We have officially, we have our first sort of ongoing major sponsor, our friends over at Elderwood Academy. Good friends of mine who make fantastic wooden products like these. This is a hex chest with our little logo that they made. See, you can put your 7 dice for your set right in there. It's got the exploding dice on it. We were giving these out. I've been giving these out at conventions. I've been giving these out at for giveaways. I've been doing a lot of stuff with these. You can now buy these on Elderwood's store directly if you want one. You just got to go to Elderwood Academy, check out their hex chest section, and click no or custom art, and then put exploding dice in the note. We're working on getting an actual button up on the store. That'll take a little while, but 50% of the proceeds from selling these on their site goes back to us, and it just shows that you guys love the products and supporting that much more. And so the more support that we see there, the more stuff they may enable us to do. But for now, if you guys want yourself one of these awesome hex chests, I have one of them, some here that's signed by like the entire Dice Camera Action crew. I don't know where that went though. I think I put it on a shelf. That's my treasure. But get those if you want it. And of course, as always, all of the sounds and music that you hear today will be sponsored and supplied by our friends over at Sirenscape. That's it. That's the business done. I'm legally done with the business now. We can move on to the fun. But why don't we just dive right into things? Let's go down the line and have everyone introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about who you are, where you come from, what you get up to on the internet, and who you will be playing today. And let's start all the way on the end with Ms. Bree.
Hey, I'm Brie, NPC Brie on Twitter. Just that I know I feel like I'm starting an AA meetings. Hey guys.
Hi, Brie.
Dungeons and Dragons. You can find me on Twitter at NPCBree. I also do a live stream with Danny, actually, on Sundays called Return to Greyhawk. That's all I do in my spare time is Dungeons and Dragons related things. I have no other social life, but I'm sure y'all understand. Tonight I will be playing Raylan Avogoth, who is a Triton Druid. Do you want me to talk about her or just introduce her?
You can tell us anything you want to know, or as much as or as little as you like.
Oh, well, she's my sweet fish baby, Doo. She is my sweet, gullible child. She's probably going to be the nicest character I've ever played or will ever play. And I guess other than that, we'll have to see.
Fantastic. Next to her, of course, we have Nova Lessie hanging out with us. How is it going?
I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but it's Nova Lee.
I'm bad at reading. Don't hurt me.
I won't hurt you. It's okay.
Very nicely.
So I am Nova Lisi on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm a Twitch streamer here. And a variety streamer. I play lots of different games, but this will be my first ever Dungeons and Dragons game. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons before. I didn't really know anything about Dungeons and Dragons until like a month ago, so I'm still like brand new to this. But I started watching Critical Role, and it just totally made me fall in love with it. And I'm really excited for this. Really excited to play. I have the character named the Bloody Bobby. She's a swashbuckling buccaneer kind of person. She has made her way across the tides, and she's basically just on a quest for all kind. I don't know how much to reveal, but essentially she's a badass, and I'm really excited to play her. And yeah.
Yay!
Fantastic. Looking forward to it. And next to her, of course, we have Danny.
Hello, I am Danny at Imperial Scum there on Twitter, and this is John. He's my overly attached cat here, so you'll probably be seeing a lot of him. He spent a year in the pound, and so now he's just like attached to me at the hip. He's an old guy. I play a lot of games. I've been playing since I was 12 years old. I run a lot of games. I love running Monte Cook games like Numenera, Cypher System. So that's probably my favorite cup of tea when it comes to GMing. And I'm super excited because the tides have turned in my life. And for the first time, I don't know how long, I am playing in more games than I'm running. So that is super exciting to me. I am playing Malvina of Grey Whispers. She is a bard with some issues. Her family, her crew there, the rich man's bane has disappeared from everywhere with no sign or sight, and she's on the search to be reunited with her loved ones.
Awesome. I'm just tweeting out right now that we're announcing the Xanathar's Guide winner at the end of the show, so come join and see if it's you. There we go. Giveaway. All right. And of course, next to her, we have Haley, who is running a little bit late. She will be here in just a second. This is not our entire crew. We actually do have 5 people here. Dingus had to go travel out of state. I just happened to use the old overlay that only had 4 spaces on it, but we have a new one which has 5. Don't worry. There's room for everyone. But yeah, no, excited to get things underway. Let me just finish this tweet. That's very unprofessional of me. There we go. And as we, I think we'll start by introducing a little bit about this world. So, this adventure is taking place along the dangerous stretch of coast known as the Razor Coast, so called for its dangerous and deadly coral reefs which have wrecked many a trade, pirate, and bandit vessel. It is full of wrecks, of treasures, of strange mysteries. It is set on a continent full of jungles, volcanoes, and ancient ruins, populated by a strange or a mysterious people called the Tulita, as well as an even more enigmatic race called the Menehune. However, the Razor was not to be untrifled with for long, because after some time, the colonists arrived from their continents across the ocean. They brought their ships with tall masts and many sails, and they waged a war with the native Tulita, carving out a section of the coast for themselves, where they established the town of Port Shaw. And that is where we're going to be centering things. Port Shaw has existed at this point for a few decades now. It is not a new town by any means, but it is a very strange town, because if you are familiar with pirate towns and how they operate, Port Shaw is run by trade. It is run by money. It is run by those who are willing to take what they want rather than sort of wait to earn it. It is not ungoverned. There is a governing council called the Lodge, full of politicians and merchant captains, and there is, in fact, a military in Port Shaw. They are called the Municipal Dragoons. They operate out of a stone fort named Storm Shield, though their brand of law in the city can mostly be summed up as they are only loyal to whoever's paying them at the moment, more like a brigand band themselves than an actual police force. And so the streets of Port Shaw remain largely ungoverned, open to who and whatever would like to take control of them. There are many secrets that lie in this world, and we will hopefully uncover them, but today we are focusing on just one little bit. So as we center our story, we are going to center on the docks of Port Shaw. It is let me change the music here. Where are we? All right. As we center on the docks of Port Shaw, this is a chaotic scene. There are big schooners, there are thin kind of cutters, there are Tulita canoes, there are all kinds of vessels docked in the wide berthing piers of Port Shaw. There's sails. Oh, I hear myself somewhere. The sails and the riggings kind of climb high into the sky, and you see from the boats loading and unloading all manner of cargo, barrels, animals, everything, every kind of exotic good or mundane trade. There's people, there's animals, there is wine barrels, there's food, there's fish. All of this is being loaded or unloaded either onto boats or onto the docks of Port Shaw to be either traded by the kind of the hawking merchants and captains and traders right on the docks, or to be carted off into the marketplaces of the town itself. And among this cacophony, there is one particular vessel that is in the process of pulling into the dock. This is a boat called the Joser. The Joser is a whaling vessel. It is tall, it is wide, it has dragging behind it kind of the corpses of a few whales ranging in sizes as it pulls in. It's a familiar sight. They're going to be hauled onto riggings and then butchered probably right on the docks for fat, meat, bones, and other things. And on this vessel, a few new faces to Port Shaw sit, and we're gonna center on those in just a second as we enter the town. But before we do that, I just want to zoom out for a second. First of all, if you guys are joining us, remember you can of course you can get involved in the game. You can help our players out. You can hit that donation button right down below stream. supply players with some natural 20s, inspirations, tarot cards to divine their fate, or you can give those to the DM if you think they're having a little bit of too easy of a time. Also, if you want, you can hit the subscribe button or the Patreon link, and those will also get you some natural 20s and inspirations that you can dole out during the course of the show. And that is my only major announcement. So let me check my notes here. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so Malvina, and I suppose Malvina and Bobby, you are both. There's also someone that you someone on this boat that you probably know, but we'll get there in a second. This boat, the Joser, has been essentially your one-way ticket to Port Shaw. How and why you got here, we'll go over in just a second, but this boat is stopping and is bearing you to Port Shaw as it drops off its cargo. You've already talked to the captain, a man named Solomon Piter, who has already informed you that this is unfortunately a one-way trip, as the boat has suffered some fairly structural damage and will need to berth for repairs for at least a few weeks before it can set out. And so, amid the cacophony, the din of sounds, you find the kind of the plank lowers with a clatter onto the stone and wood docks of the port. And you, as well as many of the rest of the crew here, some of them temporary sort of sailors, some of them travelers who booked passage, some of them sort of merchants here, get offloading to hawk the whale parts and fish that you have accumulated in the course of the journey, all exit out onto the dock. So you're among the crowd. Captain Piter is not far behind. He's sort of standing up on the deck, overseeing the offloading of some of the things that he has, brought with him.
Captain.
Oh, yes.
Now, don't you forget, if you're bored tonight, come on down to the Hagfish. I'm going to put on one hell of a performance. You won't forget it.
It's a tempting offer, but I won't be able to make any tavern calls tonight because we have a bit of business. However, performing as you may, he says, I do need a bit of an errand run. I know this is your port of call, but if you don't mind making a few coins on the side, I do have a small errand. It's nothing underhanded. Just a small delivery.
Even if it was underhanded, if there's gold involved, I'm your girl.
Well, you see, I need someone to travel to. Now I gotta check my notes because I totally forgot what I wrote here. Where's? Never mind. I gotta open it. He says, I need someone to travel to the Silkworm. The madam of the tavern will, she's expecting something from me, and I need to make sure she's got the space to receive it.
No, what are we talking about, Captain?
Well, we're talking about a message. There's
He kind of fishes in his pocket, and he kind of holds out a small leather pouch. There's not much in the way of coinage there, but he just kind of holds it up. He says,
a few coins is just a small trip into town. I just need to make you can come back to me whenever. We'll be here for a while.
I can do this.
Okay. Bobby, you would be nearby probably as all the sailors and stuff kind of make their way off the deck. Now, I guess since you guys are arriving here, very, very similar. Well, no, we'll get there in a second. You see the captain is sort of exchanging words with Malvina. You probably grew somewhat acquainted with her, if not personally. You know, kind of that she did a little performing and stuff on the ship itself. to sort of pay for her ride. But you're probably nearby if you'd like to sort of approach.
Hey, Malvina, I think I heard you say something about a tavern?
Always a tavern. Care to
Girl,
join?
okay. Yes, absolutely. You know, I am always down for a good time, and I know you are quite a good time yourself. So let's skedaddle together.
Oh, we are going to get along real well. I just have to run to the silkworm real quick, come back, and then we will have a good time. But come on, maybe we'll find something the silkworm to.
The Silkworm, isn't that a tavern itself?
It is.
I mean, if you're going on business, we can always get a beer to go if we need to, or an ale.
Or other things. Do you know the way?
I'm not familiar with the Silkworm itself. I haven't been to Port Shaw in quite a few years, but I'm sure we can find our way there, at least with the help of some gentlemanly callers along the way, perhaps.
I'm pretty sure it's a high-end bar. I'm sure we'll find people to help us there.
Okay. So the captain, while he's standing nearby, he says, "The Languid Silkworm. It's in the Board district. I don't know the exact street."
We'll figure it out.
He kind of tosses the coin pouch to you. He says, "Right, well, don't be too long." And then you see you hear like a clattering of a rigging, and he kind of turns around and says, "Hey, what? No, hold that pivot line! No, up higher!" Like he goes off to start, kind of dealing with some sailors that are messing some stuff up. And he is gone. He has turned his attention away. So you guys are exiting the ship. I guess since you have been traveling together, why don't we go ahead and just let us know, like, maybe one or two things that anyone traveling with you probably would have learned about your character. Go for it.
All right.
Okay. Well, I grew up in a human colony, or on a human merchant vessel, and after pirates raided my ship, I kind of washed ashore a island village with the Tulita, which are like the native peoples in these parts. And so I have I kind of have like a cultural connection with them from being with them for a few years, and have basically just been traveling since then. But that's kind of like my brief background.
Okay, interesting.
And anyone traveling aboard the ship would definitely know that Malvina says that she's from the Grey Whispers, which, if you're not familiar with the area, it is an island that is mysterious, that people, they say the fog in it and everything is deadly, and that people just don't come back alive from it. But also that Bloodbane's treasure is hidden on there, and Malvina believes she has some kind of lineage from him, as she has survived the Grey Whispers, or so she says.
Ooh. Oh, and then one more thing, just to add on to our little tavern adventure, because the Tulita are a matriarchy. They're kind of like a take men for their own kind of thing. The wenches are the men in their society. So I may be a little bit of objectifying towards men.
I've never been more excited for a D&D game in my life, guys.
Oh,
All
we
right.
are going to have some good times.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So you guys are going to start making your way through the Tide district. Can't find my headphone here. And you particularly are exiting a whaling vessel. There's actually it's actually kind of pulled up far to the end of the docks, where some of the fishing vessels and stuff pull in, because that's where the sort of the nets and the cranes are. All the cargo and merchant vessels kind of push off to the other side. So as you guys make your way through the Tide district, which is sort of like the dock front area, You see casks of whale oil that kind of roll down gangplanks to the waiting arms of the muscled workers and sailors down below. You can see that sort of hefted onto broad backs, these people carrying these casks of oil wend their way to any of the numerous ship's chandlers that are kind of dotting this whole district. Within the chandlers themselves, all manner of goods are, you can see, available as you pass by. Oil, like specifically coming off your boat, things like oil and baleen, whaling and fishing supplies, rations of bread, of dried meat, casks of water, crates of oranges, and very like the latest and kind of ladies' fashions from far off. On the other side of the ocean. You also see some people kind of dumping out and like kegging out black powder off to one side. You can hear the ring of a smithy nearby. You even see someone, like one ship is sort of offloading blocks of ice. You don't even know where they came from. It's just giant blocks of ice. All sort of making their way from the boats into the markets themselves, either being, like I said, traded directly here on the docks or being pushed into the center of the city. Malvina, you would know, like you mentioned, that the hagfish is not far from here. It's in the Tide District, so it's just down a little bit of a ways towards sort of the path leading into the city center. So do you guys want to do anything? Do you want to make any stops along the way, or do you just want to like?
Well, if you know the way, we can just head straight there. I'm sure we can get what we need if we see it along the way.
Absolutely, but did you see those oranges? Have you had a fresh piece of fruit in a long time? Because I haven't.
Oh, Melvina, I am about an inch away from scurvy. I would love some fresh citrus.
Let's see what we can do.
Okay.
We're gonna go to observe who's carrying the orange crates.
Okay. Yeah. There's a guy. He's got a big crate of oranges, and there's some limes mixed in. The oranges are not exactly like they're not bright orange. They're kind of yellowish or greenish. You, having been traveling on a boat for probably quite a while at this point, would realize they don't even eat the orange by itself. Usually what they do is they soak the orange into like an alcoholic juice, like they in a big cask, and that's kind of how most ships keep them. But yeah, these are like either just peaking on ripeness, as you can see. They're not quite ripe yet. But he's carrying them. He's got a vest on. He's got sort of a cloth tied around his arm right here. And then he looks like he's just got a belt of tools and stuff, like pliers and hammers and things, on like a bandolier around his waist. His back is to you.
Is he hot though?
I mean, he's tall. He's kind of he's not super. He's not like
How he is. Come
how
on.
how what?
How hungry is he?
On a scale of 1 to 10.
He's so you're looking at him from behind. He's not like super ripped. He's kind of a little bit on the thin side, but he's fairly tall. But you can see kind of like veins in his arms, like tan. Clearly he's been in the sun for a long time.
We can go about this two ways, Bobby. We can steal them, or we can talk him into giving us some.
I'm sure we're hotter than him, so I don't think it'll be too difficult to talk him into giving us a couple, especially since they're not super ripe anyways.
Yeah, no. All right, let's do this.
Okay.
We'll approach the orange guy.
Okay. How do you want to approach it? You just want to tap him on the shoulder?
Walk right up and go, ahoy.
Hello, sailor.
Hello. Can I help you with something? You lost?
Well, those oranges, we're feeling a little lightheaded and was hoping you wouldn't mind if we relieved you of the weight of a few of them.
He kind of looks around. He says,
I mean, I wouldn't mind too much. And he kind of he kind of reaches into the thing that he's carrying and like picks a couple, and he says there's he kind of like he hands them to whoever's closer to him, like two of them. He says, now if you don't mind though, my captain's just down the road, so if he wouldn't be too kind seeing oranges go missing without some coin. So if you want to eat them, you have to do it here.
We're just gonna put them in our bags and get them a little riper. You don't want us to get sick, do you?
No, you can eat them here if you want.
Thanks for the orange.
Okay, thanks.
I'm a broken woman. You guys have broken me. You haven't even my character through me.
Toodaloo, thanks for the oranges.
So you just bound off into the crowd.
And then as we bound off into the crowd, I would like to actually keep the orange and just like toss it up in the air and catch it just as we're walking past his boss, just for funsies.
Okay. Okay, yeah. You don't really know who his captain is, like, in this crowd. It's not really like you just kind of juggle this orange. No one's gonna stop you or anything. He was probably just being a bit of a lech. But yeah, you guys are making your way. You're a couple probably not far from the hagfish itself. There's there's kind of a caravan of people wending their way into the inner district of town. Let me just make sure my map is here so I'm looking at this right.
Bobby, I'm not gonna lie. If we end up at the hagfish for any amount of time, I probably will never follow through with this mission. I have a hard time leaving once I get there, so we should just go straight to the silkworm.
I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, let's just go straight to the silkworm. You said that it was probably going to be in the nicer part of town. Is that right?
He said the Bod district. You know that's pretty much the center of town. It's
Okay.
the largest district here. But it's made up of a bunch of different quarters. So where you might like you can very quickly get to the Bod district from where you are. It's just a matter of finding the place once you're there.
Okay. So once we get to the did you say Bard?
Bod, Bawd.
Bod. Okay. Once we get there, can we can we look around and try to see like if someone's like more finely dressed, someone who looks like they know their way around, kind of thing, might be able to point us in the right direction?
Yeah, sure. As you're kind of looking around for someone, let's kind of shift our camera perspective a little bit. It's probably late, like early afternoon at this point. I mean, Raylan, you kind of have I know where you kind of have been home stuck recently. What exactly, like, how does Raylan's morning kind of go?
I would say this morning, Raylan would wake up. It's been a few days since her fishermen have disappeared. She has been staying in Razor Coast, in Port Shaw, safe with two poor fishermen. She, in return for helping them collect fish in the water as a Triton, they are letting her stay safely with them. But they have been gone, missing for days. So she wakes up, she's confused, and I think after a certain point, she would just decide, I have to do something. I can't stay here like this. I'm running out of food. My only friends are gone. So she would just cloak up, wrap her face as much as possible, because they taught her people can be very not nice. So she's trying to disguise. She takes her trusty journal, and I guess she would just make her way out to try and find them. The only way she knows how to go is to the ports.
Okay.
So so that we'll say that happened a little bit earlier in the morning, and so at this point we're kind of cutting scene. Both Malvina and Bobby are you're pushing your way through, or you have pushed your way into the Bod district. Where did I go? As you kind of pass through, like once the din of the shrieking hawkers and the clattering of ropes and pulleys and sails and creaking wood that makes up the dock district kind of fades behind you, the Bod district is not any better in terms of noise. So you pass through this wide arch of crumbling stone that is kind of cracked and fractured, as the mercantile bustle of the Tide district seems to give way to the thrum of the Bod. This district seems to almost ambush you with, as it kind of like the oppressiveness swells up upon you as you leave the sort of the wood of the docks behind. The district is sort of assaults you with its heat. It's just a carnival cacophony of, you hear bardic music being strummed from like the porches of like taverns and places filled with like raucous sailors. You see women kind of leaning up against posts, fanning themselves in their sort of at this point probably a decade old dress that has long since gone out of fashion, as they attempt to sort of entice the drunken sailors. The sort of 1,000 spices, perfumes, old moldy paper, stone ground ink, fresh baked bread in kilned clay, cattle dung, cauldrons of boiling herbs, and kind of like melted snake's blood, all of this sort of, and not the least kind of the sort of flatulence of the dysentery-ridden beggars here, just sort of all hits you at once. This district is kind of like, it's the market of town, but it's also basically the district who essentially, if so, you would believe someone if they told you could find just about anything here.
Oh, how exciting! Now,
yeah, go for it.
Oh no, you were about to say an I want to hear your first.
Yeah, what I was gonna say was, as you guys are sort of pushing your way through this district, not really like, I'm sure kind of huddled a little bit close to each other as people sort of like laugh and kind of reach out to sort of like attempt to like entice you into some of the either the seedy taverns or the houses of pleasure or just random stores that dot the streets here, and you kind of have to sort of stay away from the beggars and the musicians and stuff. You've passed down one of the main roads. As the street seems to turn, it kind of forks in both directions. As it's turning to the left, you actually see a group of or not really sailors. They look like they could be, but they're more like brigands, and they seem to be accosting someone who is very tightly garbed in like a canvas, like a canvas robe. Their face is covered.
How many people are accosting this
Two.
person? Two?
Yes.
I'm gonna run up and punch one of them in the face.
Okay.
She's
okay.
covered.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me an unarmed attack with advantage.
Okay. Oh boy, how do I do this? Okay.
All right, we're gonna teach you how to play D&D, guys.
Yes. It's just whatever your dex bonus is, dex or strength, whichever one you want.
Do I
just click it?
If it's on your sheet, you can just click it. There you go. 25 is that right? Yeah. So it's your strength plus your proficiency mod. Yeah, you clock this guy. Now, if you just click the name under it, where it says unarmed strike under it, just click that in chat.
Okay.
There you go. A good punch.
All right. So you just like rush up and smack this guy right in the side of the head, and he was not expecting you at all, and he just goes stumbling backwards as he kind of hits the post of a building behind him, and the other man kind of turns, and you can see he's kind of a gruff dude. He's got a very square jaw and kind of like a raking claw mark down his face. as he said he kind of shouts. He says, "Hey, what's going on here?" And you see him kind of like fumbling in his belt for like a weapon of some kind.
I'm just gonna like growl at them and just say, "Leave this person alone."
Let her roll intimidation.
Malvina, are you doing anything? Or are you just kind of watching this play
I'm
out?
just kind of watching. This is entertaining.
All right. Roll me an intimidation check.
Okay.
Yes. I'm loving this.
All right. Where do I do?
I'll give you an
intimidation?
advantage on this too, because you just clocked a dude.
Okay. Where do I find intimidation?
It's with your list of things like acrobatics, animal handling.
Yeah, it's under your skills.
Just go.
Okay. And then.
Whoop.
Is that it? Or...
Well, you have advantage, so you get an 18 on that roll. No, you don't have to roll it twice. It's already rolling 2 dice.
I'll take it. I'll take an 18.
An 18 is plenty as you kind of bellow at this and Malvina and you're just seeing this like this sort of fury come out of this kind of tiny little woman and this guy like he kind of steps back for a second. He says, "Look, all right, let's just cool down here." And he kind of reaches down and is like, he's backing up and he's kind of grabbing his friend by the arm and hauling him up, and he says, "We'll see you around." And then they kind of turn and start walking the other direction.
Okay.
Well done, Bobby. I'm gonna like hanging out with you.
Yeah. All right. Let's check out. So now I'm gonna turn to the person they were accosting and just ask her like, "Hey, are you okay? Did they hurt you?"
She actually, Raylan actually just looks up, and when she looks up, her face the hood of her face kind of covers up, and you can see her blue face with big tears, like a big fat baby. She just goes, "You're so nice." And she for this aggressive hug, and she's not very big either. She's about 5'2", and she just jumps up into the stranger's arms. Also, I should have warned the stream like right when we started. I am so sick. So there's no voices that are happening tonight.
That's okay.
I can't do any more voices besides my own.
Oh, Bobby, you made a friend.
Oh, you poor thing. They're gone now. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Do you need an
lost.
ale?
This is so scary here. I don't know what to do. People are mean. Why are they mean?
Because
Oh,
you're
you poor
different.
thing.
And she
People
looks.
are assholes.
She looks up at the new face and goes, "I don't have any more friends. Will you be my friends?"
We have to work on that, but yeah.
Okay.
We'll teach you how to make friends.
Let's go talk and regroup over a nice ale. How do you feel about that? What was your name?
My name is Raylan. And then she kind of like straightens her body back, almost like a little noble. Raylan Avagath, of the tribe beneath the sea. I am here on important business of my tribe. Nice to meet you. What's your name?
You breathe water?
Water. Like under.
You
water.
can breathe it?
Yeah, like underwater. Have you not heard of our people? Our great people?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
Hell, I've heard of weirder stuff. So, I'm Bloody Bobby. Have you heard of me? 'Cause I have not heard of your tribe.
Bloody. And she kind of takes your hand and lifts it. Bobby, you don't seem very bloody today.
Your knuckles is a bit kind of scuffed. Yeah.
My knuckles might be a little bloody, but I could worse. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for introducing yourself, and I'm intrigued to hear more about this mission you're on and hear more about your people. So do you know much about the whereabouts of this metropolitan area? Do you know where the bars are by any chance?
let me confer with a DM. As I've been a hermit, I feel like I would have a map. Like I would have asked for a map in my studies. Would that be too much to ask?
It's up to you. I mean, if that's something you would do, then yeah, sure.
Okay. So Raylan just starts shuffling into her robes, and she's looking, and she pulls out this big book, and it's made of a weird, like almost like a scaled material. Like it definitely doesn't look like any books that most people would see, as it is safe for water usage. And she starts flipping through these mysterious pages, and she pulls out like a weird hand-drawn map, and she goes, "Where are we going?"
The Silkworm.
The
Right?
Treasure map, is it?
No treasure, except for the treasure of humanity.
Oh, that died long ago.
I don't know what that means, but I would love to hear more later. I have so many things to learn. But I think the Silk Road is over here. I wasn't allowed to go there, but I'm very excited.
Why weren't you allowed to go?
I was told by my old friends that I wasn't allowed to be seen by anyone else. So we have to go here.
Your
Friends?
old friends sound like assholes.
Yeah.
They were nice. They let me into the town because I was told the town here is. Some people are not always very nice. Some people are very mean.
Yeah.
So my nice friends told me that if I live with them and I catch all their fish, they'll let me stay.
All right. Well, are your friends around still? Are you still seeing them, or are you making your way on your own?
Well, they were here, but then they were gonna go to the market, which are we at the market? And she looks at her map. I think they were supposed to come here, but now they're not here. I think they're gone.
Okay, let's go before they come back. You said the Silk Road was that away?
That way. Yeah.
So you would if you have a map of the area, you'd know that the Languid Silkworm is a tavern nearby. It's frequented by new arrivals to town, people with a little bit of money. It's actually basically right on the border between the Bod district and the Jade district. I'm sorry, the Silk district. So it's like you can, yeah, with your map you can lead them there, and you guys are at this point like you have to sort of pass through this just melee of an assault on the senses that is the Bod district, with all of its various sights and sounds kind of fighting for your attention and sort of fighting to tempt you into its dark corners or to spend money here. But if you will not be swayed, it is very easy to make your way down the road towards the Silk District to find this tavern.
Sure, Malvina is just taking notice of some of those dark offers and making mental notes of them.
Yeah, let me just check. Okay, yeah. Do you now on your way? I mean, are like when you say taking note, are you like listening for what people are saying? Are you asking questions? Are you trying to collect information or rumors, anything like that?
Just listening to see if anybody's talking about special things in dark corners. In particular, I'm sure the GM knows what I'm talking about, but it is not uncovered for all yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff people are talking about. You catch a lot of people talking about the sort of the new priest of the Church of Quell that just arrived. There's some people telling. Where are we? People are talking about a man who apparently recently murdered his wife and family. There's. I mean, there's a lot of, if you specifically want to keep your ear out for particular rumors, you can go ahead and roll me a we'll call it an investigation check.
Okay. Rumors in certain dealings there.
Sure.
So you got it. I just got to switch out my spells here. And How'd we do?
It is a 19. Okay. You actually catch a few people talking. They're kind of like between, like, in this, I guess not really an alleyway. They're kind of like in this crook under a building, just sort of sitting, like drinking from a flask or something. And you kind of hear one of them says, "Yeah, yes, I saw a group of Toledo. They went down to the dock. They're not talking to you, by the way. They're talking to each other. You're just kind of like passing slowly nearby as they're having this conversation. They say, it says, not just the dragon smoke, not just the shiver, but the Toledo. They bring the cages down to the docks, and then they leave each morning. They got the empty cages. I don't know where they all go, and then they go back into the woods."
All right.
So wait, I'm sorry. Did you say that Toledo are coming by and taking cages, or
These two guys, Malvina's kind of paying attention to the conversations around her that are happening around her, and she kind of catches wind of someone talking about what might be some fairly illicit dealings going on down in the docks at nights.
Okay.
Malvina, you are, yeah, you're fairly sure that makes sense. The docks at night,
Yes.
yeah. As you're, but right before you're about to make it to sort of where the silkworm is, you see a couple of someone pushing a cart, and he's kind of it's just a hunched over old man, and he's kind of pushing this squeaky cart down the road, kind of coming in the opposite direction. He says, "The fish and herbs, spices, I have some silk here." Like, he's just shouting things to no one really. And he'll kind of, like, as he goes kind of step aside to give him some berth, he kind of stops his cart and then backs it up a little bit, like back in front of you, so he's facing you again, and he says, You're not very, your clothes are still clean. You just get into town."
That doesn't mean we're a victim for your cons.
"Victim? I don't know what you're talking about." He says, I just like seeing new people. Would you like to buy anything?"
Is anyone hungry?
He says, "I don't know." He says, I have some fish here," and he kind of like pulls out like sort of a kind of a little bit of a smelly fish that hasn't been like properly salted, or like it's just a whole fish from like inside his cart, and he's just holding it up. He's like, "Well, it's good fish."
I'm gonna think no to that fish, but thank you for the offer.
Yeah, he says, "No, look, it's a good deal on the fish." Yeah.
Raylan looks at him and, very confused, goes, "Sir, are you okay?
Just, yeah, look,
Sir, do you need medical treatment?"
look. I'm trying to tell you. There's, you notice, by the way, there's like a big slice. Like, the fish has been gutted. He says, "Look, there's a map in the fish. Do you want the map?"
"Yes, I need maps of peoples. I need maps. Do you guys want to get the fish of the map?"
He says, I put the map in the fish.
Guys, you put the map in the fish. This is a smart man. He's a good man, not a con man.
But there's
100 of them a day.
But there's someone that wants the map, and so I gotta get rid of it. And if I give it to you, then they won't find it. And then I don't know, maybe you can have the treasure.
I'm gonna cast suggestion.
Suggestion?
Yes.
Okay,
If I
interesting.
may.
Sure, let me check this real quick.
Sure. Want me to throw out the spell card?
I got it. 1 second.
Okay.
Suggestion. You suggest a course of act. What would you like to suggest to him?
You should give us the map and forget we ever existed.
Okay.
Give us the fish.
So first of all,
Give us the
suggestion
fish.
suggestion has a verbal and material component, which means you can try and cast it on him. But you're gonna have there's spell words and stuff that you have to say, which means if you'd like to do it surreptitiously, you're gonna have to roll me a stealth check.
Yeah, you got it. All right.
So if versus his perception, 10. Okay.
Ooh.
Where'd my die go? Where'd my dice? Where'd my dice go? I don't know where my dice went. Get down. Get back here. Why did you roll under my desk? Oh, that's not good. I think I just unplugged my monitor. All right. Did I just unplug my thing?
Yay! We broke it!
No. Okay, we're good. Okay. You beat his perception check. So he has to make a wisdom save against suggestion, correct? What is the DC?
15.
He got a nat 1.
All right.
What would you so tell me exactly how you cast the spell on him?
I just start take out my little flute made of bone and just starts playing it and mutters a few words and moves her hand and says, "You want to give us the fish with the map and just forget we ever existed."
You see he kind of like his expression softens a little, like relaxes a little bit, and he says, I mean, I do want to get rid of this fish. He'll kind of like extend his hands to you with the fish in it. He says, "Here, take the map. It's a map to guard Bloodbane's treasure."
Vina rolls her eyes and takes it.
The fish?
The fish and map.
Okay, you just take the fish
Yeah.
out of his hands.
I
Yeah.
love the way he just said that. The fish.
I didn't know you wanted to take the whole fish. You just wanted to like read.
We're gonna eat the whole fucking thing, see if it's good to eat.
Okay, it's a little bit smelly.
Oh. We'll just take the map then. We'll drop the fish on the ground.
Okay, you reach in and there's kind of a damp, like tightly rolled piece of paper. And fish just plops onto the ground, and you've just got this. It's about this big. It's just like a tightly rolled sheet of parchment.
Let's get out of here.
Uh,
Unless you want to buy something from him.
No, I'm good. We got a treasure map. We got a stinky fish. I'm ready.
all right. Yeah, you guys make your way now, map in hand.
Making our
Towards.
way downtown, walking fast, faces fast, and I'm homebound. Sorry, I had to have it.
No, it's okay. It'll be referenced a million times before this campaign ends.
Yeah, you guys are making your way towards the Silk District, kind of map in hand. Sorry, Judo, I forgot. Novi, you have Judo donated $4. He gave you a nat 20. He says, "Welcome to the D&Ds."
Thank you. Thank
you have a-
so much.
You have I'll make a note thing, a note handout, so you guys can kind of keep track of that if you want.
Yeah, I
but
just wrote it down. I was actually talking to him in chat.
Yep,
but
whenever
yeah,
you want,
thank
you have a nat 20 to spend. Okay. So you are led towards this building via Raylan's map, and this building that she's taking you to is it is a multi-story building. It's attached to others, but you can see immediately from the outside it stands out a little bit right on the edge of the Silk District because it is decorated almost entire, like it is a colonial structure, but all of the wooden supports that kind of support the patio outside and all of like the I guess the window shutters, you know, the curtains, the things out, the furniture outside is all either decorated or constructed in Tulita styling. So like the supports are like Tulita style totem poles. There's like statuary, there's masks that are hanging on the walls. It's kind of, there's cloth hanging out in front of the windows.
Askren, maybe I don't know this and I should, but what is like Tolita styling,
So-
like Tolita in general?
So the Tolita are the sort of the native peoples of the island, or the continent that Port Shaw and the Razor surrounds. They are, I guess, they're sort of this tribal jungle culture that existed on the island that the colonials or the colonists went to war with in order to sort of establish Port Shaw. And so they still exist. There are some in Port Shaw. Not a ton. There are a few on the Lodge Council. There are a few just here and there in, among the general population. Sometimes they kind of pop up as sailors here and there. But largely they kind of keep to their own tribes that sort of have been pushed back out into the jungle, in various places. So as far as what Tulita culture represents, I guess this place looks like is trying to look exotic, right? It's very heavily decorated in a way that a lot of places around here aren't.
Okay.
You being a bard and sort of a sailor and having business with traders would also know that there is a very, especially to the continents across the sea, there's a very sort of prominent trade here in Tulita artifacts.
Awesome.
Okay.
Do we see like a name of this place or like a sign?
There's no name. There's no but there is a hanging sign, and it shows like a mushroom with a worm just kind of like lazing on it.
All right, sounds psychedelic. Do you guys want to check this place out before we head to the Silkworm, or do you want to come back later, kind of thing, or?
No, this is the Languid Silkworm.
Oh, this is the Silkworm.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right.
Okay. Okay, awesome. Cool. Down to go in here. You guys
Yeah.
ready?
Absolutely.
It looks much better than on map squares. Very pretty. Let's go in. I'm so excited.
Yeah, you kind of, there's some people outside, some people making their way in and out. You push your way into the doors, and almost instantly, sort of the sort of drowned out, I guess, lute and lyre music, maybe hurdy-gurdy, I guess, outside is replaced by there's a sort of a very tinny piano that is playing somewhere in here, very very slow tune, and you can see just like the outside is decorated, the inside is even more covered in like Tulita masks and painting and cloths and furs and things like that. It might be kind of, I guess for most people it might look kind of fancy. Bobby, for you it's probably a little bit garish, because none of this stuff is from the same place or goes together, from what you can tell. But the walls are covered. You can see the customers here don't look like sort of the reeking sort of drunken sailors that you had encountered in the Baud district. These guys are wearing a little bit finer clothing. Some of them are a bit portly. They're like your average merchant or trader or settler, that kind of thing.
Are they all white? Like, are any of them like actually Tulita or Tulita?
There are some Tulita. There are some Tulita here. One of them you can see behind the bar. There seems to be a man who's sitting at a table talking with what looks like a Tulita man. Though he's not like dressed as if he just came out of like the jungle. He's kind of dressed fairly finely. You see there's a group of Tulita women like at the far end of the tavern. It's not, there's not a huge population here, but there's a couple.
Okay. Okay. I would like to go up to the bartender and say hello in Tulita.
Okay. I'm just for my edification, I believe we went over this. Which tribe specifically?
I think it was Kuma or Kuna.
Let me check my notes here. Where did I put my notes? I actually don't remember where I put my notes. Kamu, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. The man will. He kind of responds with. He says, Osha, which is a sort of a very. It's like a non-tribal greeting.
Okay.
But he does kind of take note of it. But he kind of like looks at you, like he looks up from what he's doing. He says, can I help you? What can I get for you?
My friend here, Malvina, has a message for you.
For me.
Was it the owner of the bar? Was it a woman?
He did say yeah, you were told that the owner was a woman.
Okay. I'm looking for the owner.
He just kind of nods and gestures up the flight of stairs, and you kind of at that point you hear sort of like a like a haughty laugh coming from the top of the stairs, and you see at the top of the stairs is a woman. She is dressed in. She's a little old, a little bit chubby. Dressed in like a faded, I guess noble's gown. Probably at some point it was very expensive, but now it's kind of just like aged and the color is faded from it. And she is in the process of talking. Like you see her kind of holding like a gray cat, and she's in the process of talking to. I guess there's a man up there. You can't quite see him.
Can we go upstairs?
I mean, he pointed that way. I suppose we must.
He's not stopping you. He's just the bartender.
All right. Head that way.
Okay. You make your way up the stairs. They kind of creak a little. And so she's standing on the landing, so you're just like a little bit below her. Just standing a couple feet away. Do you want to wait till she's done with her conversation? Do you want to, say something to her?
Well, let's listen to what she's talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you just kind of sit there for, I don't know, not terribly long. You say, you hear say, yes, I heard I did hear, that about the Viscount's niece. Shame, I suppose, but I hope they find happiness, though such a strange place to go. I don't know why they would. Hello there. As she kind of turns to you and says, she says, "Can I help you? Do you need something?"
Ahoy!
Hello, hi. Your new faces. I haven't seen you before.
Not our usual hangout, although it could be.
Well, I hope you find it to your liking.
You are the owner?
Yes, hello, Estelle Duvet. And she kind of, bows a little bit to you.
Malvinia of the Grey Whispers, and these are my friends. In points.
Oh, what an interesting title. Well, you're not seeking drinks, or you would be down with down at a table, or with the barman. So, what can I do for you?
I have a message from a certain captain that just came into port. He wanted to make sure that you have room for his delivery.
Which captain? I'm sorry, there are so many.
Yeah, I actually fucking
The
forgot.
girl has many captains.
What was it? Captain.
You came in on the Joser, captained by Solomon Piter.
Solomon Piter is his name, captain of the Joser.
She says, Solomon. Well, that is a trick. She kind of looks as if she's lost in thought. And you see kind of like a young boy, dressed in like, I don't want to say, it's kind of like middle class kind of clothes. Like he's got his hose on his feet. He's got his pants that kind of come up to his calves. He's got like a really tight jacket on. Whatever the hell that's called. An ascot. All that stuff. He's carrying a tray of drinks. She says, Damien,
how many barrels did we have in the sub basement? And the boy kind of looks up at her. He says, well, since last night we only have the one. And she says, well then yes, yes, would you tell Captain Piter that we have more than enough room?
Certainly will do. I do have one other request, if you will.
I'm at your service.
That echo piano you have is a little subpar for your establishment. Do you mind if I play my flute for your customers? Your new audience is always welcome.
She says, well, it's hard to come by good entertainment, especially in the middle of the day. Of course, of course you're welcome to play. I assume our clientele would appreciate a bit of background noise.
As we would appreciate a beer or two to wet our palates to get us more lubricated for the show.
She kind of reaches down like into her dress and pulls out a wooden coin and just kind of like hands it to you. She says, "Now just give that to the barman."
Well met.
This is it, and you too. And then she kind of turns to the other two who are standing like just down the stairs. She kind of nods to you guys. Unless you have any business, anything you want to ask her, anything you want to talk to her about.
What was her name again?
Estelle Duvet.
Duvet.
Like the bed?
It's pronounced that way. It's Douveigh.
Thank you so much, Estelle. I appreciate that. We'll catch you downstairs if you come by the show.
The pleasure was mine. Enjoy your time at the Silkworm.
Okay, so... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I got nothing.
I'm debating how obnoxious Raylan is feeling right now.
Very do it.
Actually, Raylan will talk. I think it's the best thing. She just goes, "Excuse me, miss. I am writing a very important documentary of a tome of information on land, and I just wanted to know what it was like to be a tavern owner." And her head's still kind of covered, so like her head's kind of down, and she has her notebook out with a very strange kind of Quirrell-esque writing utensil, and she's just asking, and she's waiting, and you can tell her hands are clenched with excitement.
She says, I wish I could say I'm the tavern owner was my husband. I just try and keep things running ever since he's gone.
Gone as in how? What is the patriarchy and the matriarchy in the line of succession with business? When you die, what happens to here?
Well, I don't know. We don't have any children, so I assume that I'll just have to live forever.
And then she kind of looks up then, and her face is exposed, and she goes, "Do you have an extended lifespan? What species are you?"
She kind of takes her glasses like up to her face and says, "Oh, that's quite a lot of makeup, dear."
She's just a bit cold. I think we'll warm her up downstairs with a nice ale.
Everyone keeps speaking of ale. I was not allowed to have ale. I was supposed to focus on business. So I'm kind of excited to try these human drinks.
Oh, we need to skip right to the rum for you then.
Oh, yeah.
You've never imbibed alcohol before?
I don't think her species. I don't know. I feel like the tribe.
I feel like any kind of liquids underwater might not turn out.
Yeah.
I would say I was having a mental note trying to think if there was any possibility to watch a fish drink.
I don't think fish ferment very well.
Yeah. Raylan, no. You'd be surprised how little liquids you need when you live in liquid 24/7. You
Melvina
don't
gets
need liquid as much, so I don't drink much liquid other than water.
Melvina gets a big shit-eating grin and says, "Oh, we are gonna fix that real soon."
Hold on, let me get my character sheet real quick and see what Raylan's Constitution modifier is.
While you're doing that, I wanted to thank Uncle Scary. He for $10, he's giving inspiration to everyone. So everyone can get.
Thank
You guys can
you.
bank a 1d8 of inspiration that you can add to a roll if you'd like. And also welcome all the raiders from Unmade Gaming. Thank you guys for joining us.
I have given myself a
guys.
box of inspiration.
All right.
Fuck yeah, thank you.
Okay, so you guys are. Do you guys want to like? Is there anything you want to do in the tavern, or do you just want to pass some time and kind of, get some drinks inside you?
Get some free drinks.
Yeah, let's get some free drinks. And while the liquids are flowing, I kind of want to talk to the bartender and ask him about that rumor we heard on the streets about the person who slaughtered his family.
You want to ask for rumors?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna need a diplomacy check from someone, which might in 5th edition be a persuasion check.
I was gonna say, I think
Yeah.
I've just got my additions really confused.
Yeah. Let's go with a persuasion check.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to do it. Whoever wants to do it can do. Holy shit! Did you just roll double nat 20s?
Wow.
Well,
I think I'll roll the persuasion, and then I'll go with my score.
and but the new D&D player has the luckiest dice around. So.
Oh man. Okay. So you wanted to ask specifically about the murder that you heard about, right?
Yeah. I didn't catch his name. What was his name?
You can kind of pry for information, and you'll kind of so you as you're kind of asking, you don't even have to know the name. You can just sort of poke someone about the details, and we don't have to role play through the whole conversation, but we'll say over the course of kind of prodding some people, sitting down at some tables, sharing your drink, and just asking about local gossip. Where are we here? No. You hear a story about a man named Herrick McFarrows, and apparently some people are saying that he murdered his wife and family for the love of another woman. However, another person, sort of at another table, kind of you kind of pry for a little bit more, because they don't seem to have much in the way of specifics. So you're prying here and there to see what everyone knows. And another man's kind of leaning on, and he says, Look, I believe Herrick's tale of a man shark devouring the village and attacking him, don't you?
I'm sorry. A shark attacked his family? Is that what you were telling me? On land?
That's what he said.
A man shark.
I've had one of those. It wasn't pleasant.
Raylan was confused. I'm sorry. A land shark. A land shark.
No, man
You all
shark.
have sharks on here too? I thought the sharks were just.
We need to have a girl-to-girl later.
So it's a.
You can start to see Raylan sketching the image of what she would imagine a shark person would look like. She's like, something like this, and it's a very crude shark with legs. By the way, when I get off the stream, I'm going to find a notebook and start filling out my own sketches. Land shark.
Perfect. I mean, that's one of the interpretations of the word.
Oh, there's multiple. Let me make a note. I have to make notes. If this is going to be in the great tomb, in the great library, and in the great scholars lists of my people, I must have as many details as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Different types of land shark. Okay.
So-
excellent.
Malvinia whispers something highly inappropriate into your ears that you may find shocking.
What's inappropriate, though? I need to know the level of inappropriacy. Come on. I'm sure the
Fair
audience
enough.
wants to know. What?
Fair enough. You just think I wouldn't go spreading that around. People might think differently of you.
Wait, I'm sorry. Now I'm confused. So is a man shark a literal thing? or is it like a slur?
No. It's like a thing. It's a thing. It's a deity, right?
It
right?
is a thing.
And a slur.
And a slur.
I think you guys might be referring to a few different things.
Okay.
So we'll get into the details a little bit later. But as Bobby is as you're prying, and you're doing the best to kind of get as much as you can out of this conversation. The most you can piece together image-wise is apparently Harrick McFarrows. He was a sort of a fisherman who lived not far from Port Shaw, just sort of on the coast, with a small group of other fishermen. And apparently people found like his wife and children had basically been like completely mutilated, just horribly, and he was arrested for it.
He's already been arrested.
Yeah, he claims that, or rumors spreading that he's claiming he's innocent and that some sort of shark man did it, but no one's buying that story.
Right. Okay.
Or, well, some people are buying it. Not a lot of people are buying it, though.
Okay. Is there any like other interesting tidbits that might pique our interest as we're kind of scoping out the rumors around here? Like anything to add on what we heard in the street, or
You mean of this particular tale?
of any of the rumors we were paying attention to, or
It's up to you which one you might want to be looking for specifically. That's all kind of. I mean, you got like, you are fairly good. You're doing some pretty good carousing right now. So if you wanted to learn some other information, you totally could. Let me just get here.
Did Raylan get an alcoholic drink? Was there an alcoholic drink produced for her?
Yeah, you guys have been drinking, I assume, at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
we're knocking it back. Yeah.
Yeah, well then Raylan's been taking notes. So you call this ale, or am I drinking ale? What did you produce for me? I don't trust Danny, but I know she got me something highly alcoholic.
Yeah, no, we definitely didn't start off with ale. It was like some high grain fucking, I'd say rum, but I feel like it should be whiskey.
Moonshine, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about alcohol, guys. I'm barely fucking 21. And I know
Burns like
I know Nova's even less fucking 21 than I am.
It burns and like you want it to come up your nose, like you had to like resist it from like shooting right up your nose, back up your nose.
Fantastic. So she's like clenching her whole body, and she goes, humans drink low doses of poison in order to gain their strength. Consider this a pastime. Entire rooms are dedicated to drinking poison.
Very accurate, actually.
All right. You guys can just give me 2 seconds while I try and find my page and my notes here. But if you wanted to look for any other kind of information, just let me know while I try and find where I put it all. There we are.
I have to ask a favor of you.
You're talking to Estelle.
To the ladies here.
Oh, these okay.
Yes.
Yes. Listen, I'm gonna go sing a song and play a song about a certain ship. Would you keep your ears open if anybody mentions that ship or says anything about it?
Ooh, yes, absolutely. Intrigue.
This song I love the music of the land. Oh, I'm so ready to hear your land music. It's so different. Everything
a bone
hits you.
flute. Shit, I should have never chosen a bone flute. The way this is going,
I'm sorry.
Never chosen that, but...
I'm sorry. You picked a game, and you knew at least one of the people in the group. I mean, let's be real here.
Yeah.
Bone
Fuck. All right.
You go play that bone.
I'm gonna play it hard. go up there. If you don't mind, take the stage, and I want to sing and play my flute about a ship called the Rich Man's Bane. And I will tell glorious stories of it finding descendants of the Captain Bloodbane and of its, ventures and raids and all that shit.
While you're singing and performing, I'm going to kind of like creep my way around the tavern and see if I can hear anyone peeking, taking a special interest in her song.
That would be amazing.
All right, roll me a performance check.
All right.
And then you, Bobby, can roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Who crit failed? I heard a laugh.
Oh. I got a 4.
Okay.
These things happen.
Okay. So, what did you say your song specifically was about? I'm sorry, I missed that.
It was
one
about
part.
the Rich Man's Bane.
Got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are listening, and as she kind of gets up now, she is very proficient with the flute. It's deft. Her hands move over the flute deftly. The notes are it's a very good song. It's she's like, you can tell that she actually knows what she's doing. And so the music is is entertaining to everyone. It's different. It's sort of a little bit more upbeat than sort of the piano that's been going on. So everyone's kind of enjoying it. You are trying your best to pay attention to people who are either talking, having conversations when she's playing, or or if they're talking about her. Where did we go? What you do notice is two things. Actually, one thing. You notice that some people are kind of leaning into their mugs. They're actually not very far away from you, and they seem to be whispering. And because of your perception is not amazing, but you kind of have nuzzled up to them, and they don't seem to mind because of just how personable you are. They seem to be sort of whispering very hushed about that certain peoples, or certain sort of more influential peoples around Port Shaw are kind of connected in some sort of shady business that's going on. They don't seem to be talking in any specifics, but one of them seems to chime in, and the only thing that really seems specific is he says, I know the dragon smoke dealers, and they're not answering to anyone right now, so I don't think it's connected to any of that.
Dragon smoke dealers?
You would know. You probably don't know the dealers specifically, but dragon smoke is a narcotic. It's sort of like an opioid.
Chasing the dragon, I get it. Okay. Should I don't know, try to pry more information from them, do you guys think? Or
well, that's up to you, because they're Malvina is a bit occupied at the moment.
I'm probably like this at this point with my cup in my hand, like what is happening?
Poor little BB. Okay. I think I'm just gonna go back over to Raylan and check in on her, and I think I'll get her some peanuts.
Recovery,
yeah. I'm
Okay.
a little worried about her.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You rescue her from getting attacked by 2 random men, and you're like, let's get her fucked up.
So once you Malvina, once you're kind of done playing a couple song shanties and songs and stuff, you probably were a little bit too occupied to really pay a ton of attention to the patrons around. But do you want to just sort of go back, return to your group, or do you want to leave the tavern whole entirely?
I'd like to take just a walk around the tavern, and sometimes people pat you on the back or they relate to a story or something like that. So I want to be very approachable so that if anybody has to say, hey, I heard about that ship or something like that, they
Yeah.
would.
You kind of make a circle around the tavern. Your set was well received, and so a couple people slip some silver coins into your hands here and there. It's not a ton of money, but it's it's a little bit of it's like like maybe buy you a drink or something. That as you pass by, some of them kind of clap you on the shoulder, congratulating you on the music. But so you said you were looking for something.
Just if anybody had any feedback about the story or the ship or the such.
Yeah, I mean, a couple people will make comments like that they've never heard. Oh, I've never heard the song before. Oh, is it interesting? But you don't see anyone that seems to like. No one seems like suspiciously into it or anything like that.
Okay. All right, then I will go and go back to my friends, my newfound friends.
Okay, so, poor little Raylan is really messed up right now. I'm thinking, do we need to take like a rest before we go somewhere, or do we want to?
I don't. It's fucking bedtime at this point. She's like half slopped over, like kind of like bed. Hold on, let me see if I can do it without breaking anything in my apartment. She's kind of like this, like her arms are kind of like on it, kind of like this, kind of up. Like all of her blue skin is kind of hanging out now. She's like totally undisguised, and she's like, Mr. Barman, I need ingredients for this liquid, this poison. I need the ingredient list. It needs to go in our major recipe books. We will be poison masters.
So you guys, she's kind of getting a little bit rambunctious at this point. Do you want to like escort her out of the tavern and like away from it? Because she's like, as she kind of starts standing like talking to people and stuff, you can see she's she's on the verge of causing a little bit of a scene. There might be some people that are not not really liking her up in their business.
What time is it at this point, by the way?
It's probably getting on in the afternoon. Probably about 3 maybe.
The sun hasn't even gone down yet. Oh my gosh.
No.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
You never get someone day drunk the first time they drink. Like that's like school 101.
Rylan, we're gonna get you some fresh air, and then you're gonna continue so you don't crash.
I need water. I need lots of water.
Push you in the ocean.
Yes, that's what I need.
What we could do is go back to the docks. You can tell the captain that you ensured that Estelle has space for his shipment. She can take a swim in the ocean. And then maybe we can search around for more info on either the Rich Man's Bane or this Herrick McFarrows. So
I would like to find my boat. We can find my friend's boat. If they're missing, their boat must be missing, or it's not missing, and we have a boat.
I would like to stay away from your friends because they sounded kind of lame, to be honest. They sounded like bad friends.
They have a boat, and if their boat is missing, then they're missing. But if their boat is there and they're missing, then they're dead, and that means I have a boat.
Malvina grabs your hand, Raylan, and looks at you very seriously, says, are you talking about missing as in just disappeared, or did they just bail on you?
I don't know. I live in their house. I don't know about you, but in my tribe, when we have homes and where we live, if we are not nomadic, we have homes and we don't leave them. So I don't think they left their home on purpose.
All right. I mean, if we can maybe inherit a boat from Raylan's dear departed friends, I mean, I would be willing to investigate that. What do you guys think?
Be willing to kill them for the boat.
Noted. Good to know. Okay, so Should we, make our way back down to the docks then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do I need to have a dex roll before I start walking?
I'm assuming they can kind of escort you.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll carry you.
One
Okay.
on each arm.
Yeah.
Like this. Like fucking hangman's like, oh. I look like I'm in a stockade fight being dragged by two like human girls.
All right.
We got you.
You can kind of make your way back through the Baud district. As it's gonna kind of be getting a little bit later in the afternoon. Did Malvina? Did you want to? You kind of slipped out of the Silkworm. Did you want to stop by your sort of local haunt, the Hagfish? Are you maybe either to talk or trade stories, or do you just want to go to the docks?
I know that if I go to the Hagfish, there's a good chance I will never make it back to the dock, so I would probably go straight to the docks there.
Okay. So you make your way through. Let me get my maps. You make your way through the Baud district. Oh, not what I wanted. Where did I go? There we are. Yeah, you make your way through the Baud district. It's sort of cacophony of activity here. Let me turn this down and turn this back on. And as you are doing that, what do you want to do once you get to the docks? Like, you're back among sort of the reeking smell of fish, of blood and blubber, the sound, dozen or hundreds of people sort of carrying boxes and, shouting orders, the kind of the creaking of rigging and cranes and stuff, happening all around you. What are you looking for specifically?
Just to go back to the ship and deliver the message.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That.
Yeah. So the ship that you guys got off of the Joser is sort of like you see these two sort of large wooden walls that are normally up have been lowered, and they have hauled a large, like, one of these whales, the bigger of the three that they brought in, is kind of like hauled up on this crane, and you see the captain is sort of supervising as a team of workers. Some of them you might recognize from your time on the boat. Some of them seem to be new. Are using like long poles to sort of like flens sheets of skin and blubber off this whale, just as like onto the docks. So, like, it's not pretty work, but you've probably seen this a few times before. Like, it's not an unusual sight, as it just kind of like washes the docks with red that is kind of flushed down through the wood into the sea below. The captain is sort of among the work. What do you want to do? You want to just go right up to him?
Yeah, absolutely. Get this over with.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You make your way. You kind of duck and dip between the men that are kind of working here. And as the captain, you kind of like try to not slip on like the grease and the blood that's on the dock boards. And eventually you kind of call out to Captain Piter, and he turns. He says, friends, what happened? How did it go? You all right?
She has plenty of room for your delivery.
Interesting. I'd hoped she'd say something like that. Well,
She looked very excited.
This is getting kinkier and kinkier, guys. I'm gonna need a break if we're gonna keep doing this.
He says,
well, that's good to hear. If you're not totally opposed to some overtime work, we'll be moving something later tonight. You just gotta show up here around midnight, and we'll be bringing something over to the Silk District. It's gonna require a lot of hands.
That's a curious time for a delivery.
Well, I mean, it's when there's the least traffic.
Interesting.
At this point, Raylan, who has kind of just followed quietly behind them, just kind of flops herself overboard.
like into the water.
Like, not even on purpose either. She's kind of just swaying and listening to them talk, and she just kind of sways too far to the right and just goes, ah! And like just flops right into the water.
That sound.
Okay. You see, kind of like the captain is kind of like he like, like moves as if he wants to like to do something. You see him kind of shouting, "Hey, can we get a net over here?"
She wants to be overboard.
She's fine. She's part fish. She's good. Speaking of part fish, actually, Captain Piter, have you heard of anything, any rumors about man sharks?
Man sharks. This feels like a bad Family Guy episode.
Huh. I mean, someone's been talking about things on the dock, but it's just sea rumors and crazy stories. It's nothing substantial. Why?
I was just curious if you saw anything.
I saw him. If I saw a shark man. No, I've not seen a shark man. I've seen a shark.
No, okay. I was just curious. I'm sorry. I was just curious. Just testing your sanity. Thank you for that.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of like look over the dock, and I guess Raylan is just kind of like bobbing in like the water that's like just red and kind of got these like chunky bits of like whale meat and fat and stuff like bobbing around her. He's, are you sure you don't want to like?
Yeah, I guess we should probably get her out of the blood and guts. I mean, we did kind of put her into this mess.
I mean, I've seen some drunk people, but it's a little bit much.
He kind of like looks at the sun. And he says,
It's not even 5 o'clock.
Yeah, she's new. She has some issues that she's working out herself.
Right.
It just happens.
So yeah, I guess with some the help of like a couple of nearby sailors, they'll kind of like get like a fishing net and sort of like haul her out of the water and kind of like just flop her onto the docks at your feet.
Flop like a fish, like when I like
just instinctively.
Yeah. You gasp for air a few times, like.
Captain.
Hi, what's going on?
I'm gonna be using my persuasion skill for this one. Is there any chance I can get an advance on tonight's pay? You know where to find me if I don't show up. And you could properly punish me if I didn't.
Go ahead and roll
Oh
your
my God,
persuasion
gag.
check.
Gag. Did you really gag? Did your character gag as well, please?
He kind of he's kind of like raises an eyebrow, and then
I'm sorry. Can we just have a charisma roll? A charm roll, a charm person. Come on, I'm kind of down for this. I'm down for this romantic like.
For who? She's persuaded him. He's
down?
persuaded. She rolled a 20.
He's down on the DMs.
He'll just kind of just drop a small like a sort of heavier sack of coins like just into your hand. Yeah.
Oh.
All your coin sacks.
Puts them in the booby.
That's a nice sized sack there.
Yeah, you seem to keep getting sack from this man. Sacks and sacks from this man. Hold on to this man's. Guys, I'm so past my bedtime. I just drank a little bit of rum IRL. I'm kidding.
I have this this is like rum-ish.
There you go.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah,
I gave up on cold medicine, so I thought rum would be the next best.
It's a good cure, I hear.
Yeah, I mean bronchitis, rum, good mix.
All right. So yeah, you heal absolutely. Like I get the sense this is probably not the first time you've kind of like asked him for something. And so he'll kind of like slide you a couple coins. He says, just be here at midnight.
Why will be? We will be.
Well then, if you don't mind, I have a whale to butcher.
Well, you can just go ahead and get at that. We won't keep you. Raylan, where do you know where your ship was? Your friend's ship?
Like kind of face down, kind of laying her head to the side. She's kind of like, because the world has begun to spin for my poor dear. It's just like, it's always in the same spot. It's out of the way. It's out of the way. They have a small area. It's theirs. We have to go to it. And she raises her arm into the air. She's kind of still stomach on the ground. She's definitely prone. This is going to be like 90% of her movement speed to get up. She kind of like jams her elbows down and she pushes herself up like, what is it, upward facing dog. And she's like slowly, sloppily like trying to stand up. So we will go.
Are you guys just gonna watch? Are you gonna like help her up and all?
No, I'm gonna leave her. Malvina.
Teach her independence.
Malvina, what? I'm just gonna like while we're watching Raylan flop around like a fish out of water, literally. Malvina, what do you think that we should do right now? Like, do you I don't know if we can trust her sense of direction.
We could always hang low at the hagfish. It's where I live. The owner has set me up with a room for my performances.
Interesting. Are there? Let me ask you this. Let me phrase it this way. Are there attractive men at the hagfish?
It depends how much you've drank. And I think we're well on the way to finding attractive men.
All right. Well, all right.
Pitch.
Okay, let's go ahead and grab Raylan then, and try to head back over to the hagfish then. Let's go check it out. Let's go see what's going on there.
To the fish.
I'm gonna take you to the hagfish, and then I will be right back. I just have to run a quick errand.
Okay. Fish. To the fish.
All right. You guys are Malvina will be able to easily lead you to the Hagfish Tavern. It is right near the thoroughfare that leads towards the Bod District. And there is as it is getting later in the afternoon, there is a crowd of people that have kind of flocked their way to it. Mostly sailor types, kind of like, big, broad-shouldered men who kind of spend their time hauling barrels or working the rigging on boats. And this seems to be like a congregation place for them. And as you kind of try and push your way through the crowd to get inside, you make your way in, and inside is let me actually change the music up here. Let's just turn this down, and let's turn on this. There we go. This tavern is like full of people. It's just cheery. It's rowdy. People are talking. People are kind of pushing each other. You kind of make out the clatter of bone on wood and coins as you're almost positive someone somewhere here is doing some gambling. You just hear there's like a group of people who let up a loud like ah as they they're all kind of clanking their glasses together. Malvina, you know this place. This the Hagfish is sort of like a rowdy, kind of a lower class sailor bar that their big thing here is they love storytelling, and so you'd have to listen in, but you can hear like lots of people are just talking, sharing their sea tales to each other. I'm assuming your first stop is right at the bar though.
Come on, I'll introduce you. And then I have to be gone for a little bit, but you'll be fine here.
Okay.
So you guys kind of push your way a little bit in between people towards the bar, and just kind of find a little bit of room between some groups of sailors. And you see this kind of in a yellow, I guess like a yellow oiled raincoat kind of looking thing. This round man with a big bushy beard just turns to you and kind of like settles on. It's like, oh, he kind of like is about to walk past, and then he does a stops and he says, "Hey, Malvina, it's been a good time. I haven't seen you in so long. How's it going? How's it going?"
Master Quinn, and she gives him a big old hug.
He'll kind of like do his best to kind of reach over the bar and like put one arm around you. The other's just holding like 3 tankards. He says, "And you brought friends, did you? Oh, that's good to see. It's good to see. We haven't met." And he'll kind of like extend. He'll kind of like wipe his hand off on his jacket and extend. He says, "Jargy Quinn."
The bloody Bobby, pleasure to meet ya.
He kind of shakes your hand. And he says, "And this one is look a little blue."
Yeah, because she's completely removed all of her cloaks because
Yeah.
they were bloody and wet. So she's just blue everywhere. I am blue. My parents were blue. My aunt is a little purple though, but I am blue. Nice to meet you.
He says, "Nice to meet you. I have just the cure."
Is it medicine or poison? Because they've given me a lot of poison today.
He kind of like he says, "Well, both maybe. I don't know. Look." Well, he says, "Do you want a drink or not?"
Fuck yes.
He'll kind of take the tankers. He looks at the three tankers that were in like his big sort of fat fist, and he just puts them down right on the table in front of you. He says, "Well, 3 tankards, 3 silver pieces." He says, "Make it 4 if one of you wants to drink the challenge." And he kind of gives you a wink, Malvina. It's up to you whether you've kind of tried to take him up on his offer before.
I know that Malvina is not going to at this minute. I
Okay.
wouldn't suggest you take up the challenge right at this point, ladies.
What challenge? She pulls out her still immaculately conditioned journal that has been in blood-soaked water, and she flips it open, and she goes, "What is the challenge?"
Yo, you're interested. He kind of reaches up with his hand, and you see he kind of pats this leather pouch that's kind of like hanging like heavily from a nail in the wall right by where he's standing. And as he pats it, it kind of jingles as if this pouch is like this big, and it's just full of silver coins. And he says, "You put a coin on the table, you drink down a tankard, and if you win, you get to keep the whole pot."
So you take a silver and you drink.
Yeah, and if you lose, the coin goes into the bag, and then the next person tries.
Oh. The real question is, would she have any advantages to that if she doesn't? I feel like her ability to not breathe air would give her some. I feel like her fish sensibilities, drink like a fish.
Can she breathe through the ale?
It's up to you. He's just kind of he can see that you've kind of been interested or engaged, so he's like leaning forward like waiting
She
to see.
writes down all of the rules. She writes
Okay.
down the rules, and then she fishes around, and she's looking through like her weird water-styled clothes, and she just kind of pulls out a single silver and slides it across.
Yeah, kind
this
of
has made my
puts a hand
day.
down on the table, snatches it up, and he says, "All right." And then he's gonna grab a mug. Like you have steins. He's got a slightly bigger one, a glass stein hanging from a hook nearby. And he's gonna grab it, and you see him turn away from you. And you notice right a few feet away from him is a giant glass tank, filled with murky, nasty water. And you can see. You can just make out, this water is like algae stained and kind of hard to see through, but you can make out this dark eel-like shape that's just kind of whipping back and forth with it. And he's just going to take the thing and scoop up a mug full of water and just put it right on the table right in front of you. Just, there you go.
Without even thinking, she just immediately downs that.
All right, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Remember, you have some bonuses if you want to add them.
You know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration.
All right, it's 1d8 to the check. This is Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Oof.
So I've got a D8. So I've got an 8.
So
Okay.
8 plus 16.
Yeah, that's a what? I can't do math. Don't.
That is a 24. So
Thank
you kind of put this thing down, and you have smelled nasty water. This is nasty water. This stuff, like, you start drinking, and you're able to, like, just because of your constitution and because you grew up in the sea around some horrible smells and some murk and some stuff, you were able to sort of push yourself past the initial sickening that this sort of water would probably provide as you start. However, once you start drinking it down, it's gonna hit your stomach. I need you to make me another Constitution save.
Fuck me sideways. I wasn't. You got me. You wanted me to fail. You're searching for failure. You were.
A 14. As soon, like, about halfway through the mug, you feel your stomach just rumble a little. You're like, that was not right. And you basically kind of, like, your like, hand is on the table. You're trying to take deep breaths to sort of calm.
If it comes back up, can it come out of my orifices? Like, I'm sure I have a few gills somewhere. Can it just leak out, like, down my chest?
I will say that you are still kind of drinking the mug, but as your stomach rumbles, it's like because you had an all right save, not great. So we'll say you just give one, like, involuntary dry heave about halfway through trying to gulp, and just water just, like, out of your gills, out of your nose, just, like, back into the mug as you stumble. Like, you were already kind of sick from the ale, so this is not helping you here.
In the meantime, while she's exploding, the crowd that has gathered.
Yeah, there's a
like,
bunch of people
cheer her
watching.
on,
Yeah.
And now we're all just, oh.
Yeah, a bunch of people like, whoa! And then once she kind of sputters, like, there's a moment of pause, and then just everyone in the crowd just starts laughing and cheering, and Jorgie kind of, like, reaches out and grabs the mug from me. He says, it was a good attempt, lass. It was a good attempt.
Close one. Good try, Raylan. You almost had them.
Write this down on your notebook. Don't play games in the poison buildings! Exclamation point.
Oh, no, you can play games. That's part of the fun.
He's gonna.
As murky water dribbles out. Can I have a towel?
He'll kind of like pull a like kind of a dish rag, like a nasty dish rag from his pocket, and, like, just throw it to you as he pours the rest of the water back into the tank, and then slides the coin off the table and drops it into the heavy pouch. And the crowd around you is like, they have been energized by this. They're kind of laughing. Some of them are patting you on the back with heavy hands. You know, they're having a good time. You have electrified them. Malvina, did you want to abscond at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
I will be right back, ladies. Don't miss me too much. And she gives a slide.
All right. I'm assuming at this point you guys in the bar will have a minute to sort of tuck into the ales that he gave you. Malvina, where are you specifically heading?
I'm heading to the docks, or a contact that I know down there.
Okay.
I want to purchase some goods.
Right.
Or use some goods.
Checking something right here.
Unless there's, like, a little hideaway that I usually go to.
It's entirely up to you.
Yeah, we'll go to the safe spot. The docks is a new contact, and I go to the little hideaway around the corner.
Your safe space.
Yeah, my safe space.
All right. Do you want to like is this like are you just kind of, like, looking for the first person who looks like they might be able to supply you, or are you looking for someone that's in particular?
I'm looking for the usual suspects. So there's definitely several people I deal with on a regular basis.
I must have written down my notes wrong here.
Or I didn't.
Okay, fair enough. So you yeah, you kind of make your way not like outside the building, not out into the docks itself, but there's kind of a small road behind the let me turn the music down a little bit. Behind the hagfish that runs between a bunch of buildings, and there's like a well back there. It's kind of overshadowed by some tall old houses and stuff, and that's a fairly common drop location. Actually, I believe we did a thing with this. Yeah. So basically in the center, this place, it's sort of like this large fountain in the center of the Tide District. You know that the place itself is particularly well known for the fact that it's got so many like loose stones and rocks here that people kind of hide messages and goods and things in the fountain itself, but the area around it and the sort of the boarded up houses around it are also a fairly common meeting spot. Did you want to seek any information? Did you want to ask any? Is this Abel? Are we?
This is no. I am actually just going to see Dietrich, who usually supplies me with. I don't know if you want me to come out and say
no, it's fine.
Yep.
You're kind of like, you see this man, this guy. He's got like a kind of like a really unkempt beard, like little chin beard, and he's in the process of talking to some people, and you see, like, as you're approaching, they begin to turn and walk away, and you notice as they're walking away, actually, that it's two guys, and they're pretty heavily armored. They are actually wearing the uniform of the dragoons, and they're leaving the area just as you're arriving.
She'll just give them a head nod.
No, they're walking the opposite direction.
Oh, okay.
So their backs are to you.
All right. Dietrich, hi.
Oh, you're back in town.
I am. Just fresh back.
You smell like it a little bit.
I haven't gotten to shower yet. Some things are a little more important.
Yeah, he kind of like reaches into his jacket. He says, "So, anything new, or things just about the same?"
And she reaches into her broad plate and takes out a bag. Just the same. Things are always the same. You know how it goes.
All right, he'll kind of take the small little small little pouch out and kind of like quickly sort of put it in your, like, stuff it in your hand as he takes the little pouch of coins. And he kind of weighs it. He says, "Okay, well, anything I can find, I can supply while you're here? Are you looking for something?"
I'm just gonna go step into the shack for a few minutes and I'll be good.
Oh, right. And he'll just kind of like lean over to the door nearby and sort of push it open for you.
Okay. And I'll have some happy alone time in the shack.
Okay. At this point, she kind of disappears into the building. Bobby and Raylan, you are sort of caught up in the cacophony of the Hagfish Tavern. I'm assuming probably listening to some of the stories that people are telling, the sea tales and stuff. Maybe being kind of encouraged to tell your own. Would you want to do anything? Would you want to ask anything? Is there any information you want to look for? Or you just want to kind of make friends? Anything like that?
I'm going to latch onto a sailor and have him buy all of my drinks for me.
I feel like someone's projecting here. Are you projecting into this game?
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, I'm role-playing.
There are definitely quite a few men in the tavern who are probably trying to one up each other, either in stories or in like in offering to to keep a drink in your hand.
I'm keeping all of my gold, keeping all of my money on me. Raylan, are you gonna continue drinking the poison? Are you gonna continue poisoning yourself?
Raylan's actually, she started like, you could tell she's kind of a few pages deeper. And it's very in big bold letters, mating rituals of land people. She's writing down, you can tell she's like, oh, I'm just researching, and then she actually might ruin it for you. Her charisma's low. She goes, so what I have gathered from the mating rituals is enough money, men feel powerful. So they buy poison for pretty people and they lie. And they lie a lot, right?
You probably say that you're saying this to her as she's like hanging off like this one sailor's like you know.
Yeah, I would say about so. I'd say that's about right. I think there's a fair bit of lying going on here.
The sailor is probably himself a little bit, you know, pretty intoxicated. So he's like you know, they're kind of like everyone's laughing, everyone's having a good time.
Yeah. He's shrugging it off.
Yeah.
He doesn't care at this point. Do you have any other questions, Raylan? Do you have any other questions?
So the courtship after here, she looks up. What happens from this point? Is there...
Well, I believe there's a whorehouse around the corner if you want to take a look for yourself.
Whorehouse. She flips back to the map and she's looking around. She goes, I have that marked down as the mating box. Is that the mating box?
That's actually its name.
Really?
No,
Oh my gosh,
I just made that up. But I thought it'd be funny.
It's kind of perfect.
Why not? It's just lazy enough to be right.
The mating box, yes. That is where continued courtship happens. In case you want to take a first-hand look for you. I mean, you don't have to partake, but if you were interested, you could, of course.
Thank you, though. I think social aspects. I think I've gotten the understanding down of the genitalia. I think we're pretty sure in that. And then she starts flipping to like the glossary, and you see like a marker that says genitalia, and she looks kind of glares at the guy next to you, like,
I imagine she you look at him just like.
It all seems the same. That's okay.
Alrighty.
Is it the matey box? I don't know.
The meeting box.
That's amazing. Yes.
Holy, y'all are too.
That's perfect.
So, all right. So, are you now the sailor? The like you've kind of been like
The poor chap.
Yeah, you've been flirting a little with this guy. He's it's getting on towards the evening. He's like you know, kind of like making his way, like stumbling towards the exit. He says, "Oh, I've got a bunk on the ship if you wanna just keep drinking. I got some rum and keep drinking."
You know what? You can go ahead and start walking. I'm gonna close out my tab, and then I'll meet you there. Okay?
Yeah, he says, "Oh, it's the ample stag. There's that one right there with the red sail."
Ample stag.
Oh, I bet you have an ample stag. I believe you. You run along now.
So you ditch your you just ditch your sailor.
And then meanwhile, I turn back to Malvina and Raylan. I'm like, I don't have a tab. Oh my gosh. This silly sailor.
Malvina walks in as you say that and said, "Oh, it's good you don't have a tab."
How are you feeling? You look mighty happy.
I am mighty happy. It's good to be home.
Oh, you're just floating on a cloud right now.
I am.
Did everything go well in your transactions?
Oh, always does. Always does.
Always does. Happy to hear it. How are you doing, Raylan? How are you? Did you recover from your
No, I was very mad at first, but I think I'm not poisoned anymore. So I wrote it down as a medicinal benefit. If you drink too much of the liquor and then you drink something really gross and you throw up, you feel better. So that is a very good trick to know. You go. Thank you guys for being my friend, because I would have learned nothing without you.
Raylan, she takes your faces. You need a breath mint.
A what?
That you smell like a hag.
Oh. So you got my face kind of squished.
Let's get you some rum we can wash it out with.
Oh, but
rum?
I just better.
Yeah, no, because that get that hagfish juice off you. It'll be good. You'll be good.
The back and forth is very confusing. I don't know. You know, this is why most human lifespans are very short. From what I've researched, you're very short lifespans. I think this is why.
I think Raylan, I know that you've been drinking quite a bit today. I think to spare you some coin, let's go ahead and teach you some flirting ways so that someone else can buy your drinks for you.
God, I'm flirting sideways. Flirting. You mean I court the?
Yes.
Oh,
It'll be very easy because you are so blue.
There's a fetish for that.
There is
asphyxiation fetish.
Oh my goodness, the Fae fetish.
Yes. Asphyxiation. Oh
my god. Okay, someone needs to revoke her Pornhub membership.
Don't do that.
There will be plenty of sailors who have a thing for mermaids. And the
gonna get her a costume.
Sparkles.
I need more glitter. Right now she's just wearing like basic brown normal Triton gear.
I think if we could get a couple seashells, just to
You're playing dress up.
But honestly, you can do without it. I'm sure. I'd like to kind of loosen her blouse a little, just to
this. You're just gonna squeeze out my boobs.
Yeah, we're just going to I'm making this gesture, but you know what I mean.
I don't know what this is.
You're putting
whenever I do anything with my boobs to make them look good, I never do this to them.
No. And Malvinia takes out her dagger, and just starts cutting away the fabric.
There we go.
God, that was the worst. She's so pure.
What? It was pure, yes.
Just trust me, you don't have to do anything. You just have to look like you do. Just it's all in the appearance. It's all in the appearance.
Okay. I'll have to buy a new shirt soon, but that's okay. Okay.
No,
so
I upgraded.
Who do I court?
We fixed your shirt. It's fine. I'd like to just grab the first sailor I see and just smack them together, just push them together.
Oh Lord.
You kind of you grab this kind of there's a man who's kind of pushing his seat out as if he's about to do something. You just kind of turn him to and push Raylan right up against him. He's holding a beer and a small I guess a small flask of liquor or something. He says, "Oh, you're kind of blue."
Yes, I am blue. My parents are blue, but my aunt is a little purple. But I am blue. Hi.
Would you like some, so you like some baiju?
That's not one that I've heard of. You should definitely try it.
She reaches over with her hands kind of like quizzically and she smells it.
It smells like a potent, I guess, spiced rice wine.
I don't know if she likes that smell. I'll assume she does. Interesting. And she just goes, Interesting.
Yeah, if you're taking a big slug, that liquor, Baiju is a potent liquor from a faraway land, and it is going to hit you like a truck.
Well, fuck it. That's what I've said a lot of times these past few
Not the
months.
only thing that's gonna hit her like a truck tonight. She cuts it up.
Oh, you know what
I'm
else
sorry.
is blue?
My mom just, I have to leave. She said I can't be around anything over PG, so.
It's up to you. I mean, if you like, if you want to carouse with this this gentleman.
Do it.
Thank you for the beverage. My friends cut holes so you could see my boobs. I heard that.
I can see that. Yeah.
Do you like them?
Yeah, he kind of like looks down at you. He says, "Is that a trick question?"
No, I'd like your honest opinion.
Yeah. He says, "I don't mind blue."
And then out of nowhere, just abruptly, she goes, "So does that mean at this point you would want to commence mating rituals with me? I need to know."
You know, blue is gonna be your favorite color after tonight.
Yeah, he's like gonna take a drink. He says, "I like the sound of that."
She goes, "Okay,
Don't
thank
you
you."
think his
And then
least
she
favorite
nods
color?
her head and she turns around and she walks away. And she goes down to writing. She's like, "You know, when you put it in action, it really does work. Thank you guys. I did learn a lot today."
I'm glad that you could learn by example as well.
Yes, I feel like I will learn a lot with my new friends.
There we go. I'm so proud of you. I'd like to like kind of look back at the sailor who we just like walked away from, and just be like, "Bye, toodaloo."
He's just gonna kind of shrug.
Okay, so where are we going from here? What would you guys like to do from here?
Aside from stumbling.
Yeah.
Just don't forget about midnight. Sorry about the cat's ass.
Oh right.
Everyone
What
loves
about?
cat guys.
Gotta get him a
What
cat
time is
jewel
it?
that covers up his butthole.
I've seen those, the little like tail necklaces that like cover up his butt. That's
Yeah.
It's not right.
What?
It's wrong.
What time is it at this point?
At this point, it's getting into the evening, so the sun. It's probably like mid sunset.
Oh wow, we've got a long time to go.
Yeah, you
till-
got some time. Yeah. Actually, it's probably a little later than that. It's probably like the sun is probably mostly down at this point. But yeah, it's not near midnight yet.
Okay. What do you guys think? Should we just keep drinking for the next few hours?
Oh goodness.
Should we get some food? Are we hungry?
I like food.
Yeah, food.
Yeah, food. Okay, so can we get food? I'm assuming we probably can't get food here unless we want hagfish.
There is some not haute cuisine at the Hagfish. There's like you could get some bread. You could probably get some some jerky. Basic bar food. There are plenty of places that you can find an actual meal though. I'm assuming Malvina probably knows a good couple of them.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you guys can we'll say you guys can procure some food, probably somewhere in the Bod district, maybe just on the edge, as you find a little place that's turn down the tavern music because we don't need that anymore. You can find a place somewhere in the district that's serving up like, just basic simple fare, fish, some stew, something like that. As you see, the it's getting near nighttime, and the traders and stuff, like, there's not as much hawking and barking coming from the docks, and so that means that all of the sailors and the merchants and colonists at this point are filtering out from their places of business to their places of repose, which means the whorehouses, the gambling dens, the bars, that kind of thing, as they all begin to sort of fill up with people. There's plenty of time here to either hunt, track down rumors, search for listen for whispers, in things that you might hear around, or look for specific people. You hear a lot. You in the bar and where you're kind of going to now. You hear a lot of people talking specifically about. You hear two names come up a lot, but first of all, you hear a lot of people both in, I guess, praising or sort of talking fairly fearfully of someone named Bonadus, and you hear that name repeated a lot. But you also hear some people passing by, near where you are talking specifically about a man whose name you've heard a few times. They're talking about someone named Barrison Hargrove. And someone is kind of talking, I guess they're talking fairly excitedly about something about him planning on showing off his collection, something to do with maps, but you don't really catch much specifics about it.
Oh yeah, we have that. We have something.
Oh yeah, did we ever take a look at that fish map?
Did you ever take it out of the fish?
No, yeah, I left it.
Yeah, she did.
Drug-addled hard. Have you been playing music? Have you been doing drugs? Have you been drinking? Have you been hugging people with gross fish on you?
No, I wiped him on a stranger.
Okay.
Yeah. Sleight of hand shit.
Sleight of hand. It's fine.
We could do it in private, go to my room there if we want to whip it out.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go somewhere private and take a look at that map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So where did you want to go?
Do I still have a room here that the owner has given me for play, or do I not have a room at the Hagfish?
Yeah, you can kind of have there's a small corridor. Like he doesn't have a ton of space. It's mostly like it's not really a full inn. It's mostly just a tavern, but he does have a couple rooms above the bar, and Jargy will happily let you kind of use one of them. He can't supply one for everyone, so you kind of just have one room, one fairly small room, but with only one bed. But you can make your way into there.
All right.
The map, when you kind of lay this thing out, and sort of it's sticky, it's not pleasant to sort of the touch. But as you roll it out on the bed, it looks like a hand-drawn map. The drawing's not particularly great. It's hard to make out. You can see kind of like what looks like it might be a rough sort of like outline of the Razor Coast itself, and there's some crisscrossing lines, and like there's basically like a line like that kind of winds around, strangely, like around some islands, and then it lands smack on a fairly large landmass, like right in the center of the map, which you almost recognize instantly does not actually exist.
Okay, so this like landmass, like this doesn't, like we've never seen this kind of thing before. This is clearly like a made up map.
The map is roughly that, like roughly you've seen navigational charts. You've kind of, if you've sailed for a while, you probably have seen maps of the Razor. This seems to be indicating a fairly like an island that you could probably see if you sailed straight out from Port Shaw. That would be, it would be very large, but you've never seen it on any other map.
Oh, okay. So is there any writing or markings or anything that would indicate where this map is like leading you to go?
What do you mean?
Like, is there an X that says treasure?
Yeah, I mean the dot, like the wherever this kind of
Okay.
path like is winding to seems to be indicating that island. And he specifically told you it was a map to Gar Bloodbane's treasure.
Oh, okay.
Gar Bloodbane, he could be my father, you know.
That's a very good reason for us to check out this treasure,
Wonderful.
I must say.
Science. We can discover your father's great legacy. I mean, I don't know how it works here, but if your father is gone, I think you would be the rightful heir to his stuff.
You know, you're right. And maybe we could find the rest of my family too. Can we steal that ship from the people who are, you know, your other friends?
I would
No.
love that.
Let's go look and see. It's not a very large boat, but it will definitely take you out to sea to where this would be. It definitely
Does-
would make it there.
Does anybody know how to sail?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got plenty of sailing experience. I can get us there.
And
I mean,
can go,
I need your help, but like we can do it.
and I can breathe underwater, so I can help with anything that the waters may need.
You can catch us fish.
I can, and I can help us with. I can ask maybe we can ask maybe some fish where to go.
Do fish
Perfect.
talk?
They don't talk per se, but they do think.
So if I eat a fish, you're like, and eat its eyeballs first, and you're okay?
You know, I have never been in a situation where I slowly killed an animal, so I could not answer that question for you. Normally, it's just a quick understanding that this is the food chain, and that sometimes you have to be the hunted.
All right. On that note, that cheery note, let's go ahead and head towards the docks, and then we can check out Raylan's boat, see if it's there, see if anyone's on it, and then hopefully by then it'll be close to midnight where we can meet up with our old captain.
All right. So you guys kind of do you want to just roll up this map and talk? Are you gonna keep it with you? Are you gonna leave it here?
Oh, let's keep it.
Okay. Roll up the
Ooh.
map. Kind of. What's up?
Ooh, Raylan would actually like to make her own rough sketch in her waterproof journal, because I don't trust you as a DM in the water, and I can see that getting lost.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Go for it. I'm not gonna make you roll or anything. You could just do.
I can roll a nature check. I don't know. I don't have to roll.
No, it's fine. You just you try, you copy down sort of as much detail as you can off of this map into your own journal. You guys kind of I'm assuming you probably wait a little bit to let the let a little bit of the alcohol sort of flow through your system, and kind of clear your head just a bit before you stand up and make your way out of the tavern, back through the crowd. You guys kind of put on some, you put on some show with your challenge, with kind of, you're carousing a little bit. So there are people watching you leave as you exit the tavern, but you make your way out into the docks, and at this point it's been a couple hours, so it is like nighttime at this right about now. The docks are almost empty. There are some people that are still getting on or off ships. There are some drunk sailors that are kind of stumbling back up the gangplanks to their boats. There are some horses here. There are some people kind of with stocking up carts for the morning, or boats getting ready to set out. But there's nothing like the sort of bustle of business that was the morning and the afternoon here. And following Raylan's directions, you make your way down to the far end of the docks, basically in the opposite end from where the Joser was parked. And as you do, You kind of pass by some of the ships. There are some hoots and hollers from some of the drunk or working sailors on their decks, kind of as you pass by. And you kind of you give them a pass, ignore them as you make your way towards where she thinks the boat is. Raylan, to the best of your knowledge, your friends had a small fishing vessel. It's not big by any means. It's probably could hold 3 or 4 people at maximum. And you see there is a small sort of, it's covered with a tarp. There's what appears to be a small fishing kind of sloop there, just sort of lashed down. None of the sails are up. It's it just looks like it's been kind of like locked down a bit. But as you're approaching it, you see there's someone kind of rifling under the canvas that is covering the front of the bow of the boat. Like you see someone is like they got their head under the canvas, as if they're like rummaging around inside.
Are my friends still alive? Hello, my friends! And she just kind of flings the tarp back.
There's like a freeze as it's dark, but you do see like it's a small, probably couldn't be more than like 17 or 16 or 17. It's like a kid. He's got something under his arm, and he kind of sees you, almost shocked to see you as you fling this canvas over, and he is just going to turn without saying anything and jump the dock and bolt in the opposite direction.
Oh, hang on a second. Let me see if there's anything aggressive enough I have in here.
If not, I can help you out.
Hold on. Let me see. What is so because he's close and she's stopped, and her immediate reaction is to actually pull her hand out like this and cast poison spray.
Ooh.
Poison spray.
Hold on. Let me hold
Kill
on.
them, little kids.
I don't know if I made it right. I shouldn't be trusted with Roll20 character sheets by myself. Did I do it right?
Let me see here. Let me flip to this thing. Do I have a docs thing? Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Poison. Let me move there. Poison spray. You extend your hand, and a puff of noxious gas from your palm. I don't know if that's. Let me check something here, because it doesn't say.
I mean, I just copy pasted it. So.
No. It doesn't say. It doesn't say the range or anything there. Range. The range is 10 feet. So he is. He unfortunately, because he's running. Well, I'm gonna give him a dexterity saving throw against it to see how fast he can. Actually, no. Better than that. Let's roll. We're gonna go opposed initiatives. So if he beats your initiative, then you roll an initiative check, and he's gonna roll an initiative check. And if he beats you, then he will get.
Why did I waste my inspiration?
So go ahead and roll me an initiative. 7.
Fuck.
Whoop. He got a 9.
Fuck that guy. Fuck him.
So you guys watch as he just sort of jumps, and she with a second of hesitation, she kind of reaches out her hand, and there's of like noxious gas, but he's already leapt across to the dock and is running into the darkness. You can see him running sort of down the I guess the edge of like the dock, sort of in front of the boats, but you can't it kind of winds around a bend, so you can't quite see where he disappears to. But you can run after him if you'd like.
Do we need to? I mean, we've got the boat.
Well, I wouldn't know what's normally in the boat. Could I look down and see if anything was missing?
Yeah, roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, fuck. I don't know how I forgot how high my intelligence was. Just a straight intelligence? Fuck.
Investigation check. So whatever you're in, yeah.
Investigation. I'm gonna do an investigation as a truck. Take that. Take that one.
That's much better.
Okay. So you look down, and it seems like he has taken you see there's kind of a hole in the bottom of the boat, and there's a board that you probably would like anyone who's looking into this who's sailed before knows that in these small boats there's a board attached to a chain that is put down a slot that acts as like a ballast under the boat. It's like a fin that sticks down into the water that keeps the boat upright. And that whole like chain thing and the fin is gone.
Get him!
All right, running.
Ooh.
I'm running.
Running
Okay.
after
him.
This guy's a douche nozzle. Out of
All
here
right.
with
What a troll.
Yeah.
that. Is he like half orc? I was right there, guys. Did you hear that?
She so you guys
What
you
did he
guys,
steal?
so are you guys all you're all just running together?
I just screamed at, chase him, and I just started running.
I'm just gonna
I
say.
didn't even explain.
Okay.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to waste the precious seconds to explain. I just went,
Get him.
Okay.
Got
Yeah.
it.
ooh.
What's up?
While we're doing this, you know what he can't get away from?
I don't know.
Hold on. Let me make sure
My
this is
beauty?
done right. This is a spell I've never done before. This has got a 150 feet range. I want to see him get away from this. Little fucker.
You just want to create like an area of ice, like an ice storm on the dock.
Yeah, I'm immune to cold, so fuck this little twerp.
I'm not.
Uh-oh.
Raylan may be nice, but Brie is not. Fuck this little twerp.
So are you
That
just
is
like
so
making
bad.
it super slippery?
Yeah,
Like
I
with
would just stop
ice?
moving if I were you.
Okay.
Okay, so it says freezing. So you have to pick. It's one area. You don't get to move it. So you have to pick where it's gonna be.
I put it in front of the area that I last witnessed the boy.
Okay, so out ahead of you.
Yeah.
The ground itself is covered. When a creature enters for the first time, dexterity saving throw. What's the DC on that?
It's my 14. Is that right? Yeah.
14.
That sounds right.
You got a 15.
I hate this little
He's gonna like, so you see there's just a like as you guys are running like down the docks and you see this swirl of white just begin sort of cascading like ice and bits of ice and snow and sleet down on the ground, and you watch as he sort of like this catches him by surprise and he's gonna sort of like almost lose his footing and slide forward, but he manages to kind of like stabilize and right himself, and then you watch him just like as he's sliding, he turns, like jumps with his leg and is gonna disappear between two of the buildings.
So we could still see
Right.
him at that point, right?
You can
Yeah.
you see
Okay.
where he ducked into like an alleyway, so you can keep
I'm gonna-
running after him.
I'm gonna keep running after him.
Can I run not directly after him, but where that alleyway pops out if I know the area?
Yeah, go ahead and roll me an intelligence check.
Okay.
You're on a lot of drugs, remember?
Yes.
Not great.
Although,
No. So
turning off a bit.
I am.
you're like you trying to think, you like as you're running, you're like, where?
Wow, with 3.
And yeah, you just like I don't know where I'm going. Like I just go straight, I guess.
Holy shit, you rule.
Yeah.
You're lost. We're chasing you down the alley.
All right. You guys will say that so how about this? Are you trying to like lead these guys like your group on a shortcut to get to him?
I was gonna try and go on a shortcut.
I think
Well, I mean so okay. So you wanted to do it and you kind of, we'll say you led them down the wrong alley, right?
I was thinking we could
in front of
split
her.
up. Yeah,
She
I was
is
thinking
not
we could
leading me in
split
the
up.
wrong direction. I'm following this little turd.
Yeah, I was gonna follow this guy. I thought she was gonna
Okay.
wrap around and then we could like
Okay.
blink.
So
Yeah.
then, so here's what's gonna happen. She's going a little bit faster because she's gonna take a shortcut. You guys are coming around, and as you kind of do your best to skirt this ice storm and duck into this alleyway, it actually kind of opens up a little bit at the end of it, into an area where there's no buildings. There is, however, there is like a pathway leading up a hill, and there's kind of like a bit of a stone wall and a gate. The gate is closed. That's basically what's right in front of you. Like this alleyway kind of ends in a wall and a gate. And you guys kind of stop. Like you're looking around and there is almost nowhere to go.
How tall is the gate? Can I vault it?
The wall is probably about 20 feet, maybe a little bit more.
Can I climb it?
You can try to, yeah.
Okay.
While
What
she's
was
doing
that?
that, I'm gonna look through my spells and see what I can find.
No ones.
What's it called? Malvina, you will be kind of arriving shortly at this area, maybe a few seconds later. Just go ahead and roll me an athletics check if you want to try and climb.
Okay. Athletics. 18.
Yo, you know what I should have done? I should have done hold person, but I was so excited and I was so eager. I just picked the wrong fucking. You know what?
No, it was good. You wanted to teach them a fucking lesson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
So you begin kind of grabbing this wrought iron gate and just scaling it fairly deftly. You get about, I don't know, maybe 10 feet up, and then you hear kind of a voice down below, like causes all of you to kind of stop in place. You hear kind of the clinking. Let me turn this down. You hear the clinking of armor, and then you hear a very kind of a rough voice that says, "Well, this is an interesting scene." And the other one says, "Right, that it is. You think they got anything on them?" And the other guy says, I think they might." As you guys kind of slowly turn around, you see there are two sort of well-armed. I'm gonna actually give a token that's gonna kind of represent one of them. If I can find it, yeah. They kind of look a little bit like this. They're sort of two armed men with weapons that are just standing there. You recognize their outfits. These are Imperial Dragoons. They essentially form the sort of the military or police force of this place.
Oh, great.
Fuck them.
Wait, which side of the gate are they on?
They're on the same side as you are.
Okay.
Let's roll initiative.
I'm just gonna continue climbing and go on the other side. And like, no offense, leave you guys. I'm gonna try to get that part of our boat back.
Oh, goodness. I guess Raylan's gonna turn around and go, "A man stole something from me."
He you turn to face kind of I guess the shorter one of the two. He's kind of carrying, like, he's got a shield on his arm and sort of a fairly hefty club leaning against his shoulder. He says, "Was that right?"
That's right.
And he turns to Malvina and he says, "And you?"
I'm just here for the ride.
"Well, let me tell you how this is gonna work." He says, and he kind of gestures with the club towards, I guess, Raylan, you have a fairly obvious sort of pouch or something on, like, that you carry stuff in, right?
Yeah, because I just have like a pouch to my side, and I have a small pouch to hold my journal.
He's gonna, with his club, he's kind of pointing down to the one at your side. He says, "How about we just, you just hand over whatever's in there, and we forget whatever's going on tonight."
Well, I didn't steal anything, so that's not entirely fair. I think you should go get my stuff back. This isn't fair.
The other one says, "Really? 'Cause I could have sworn we just saw you breaking out of this here store." And he's just gonna take, like, the spear that he's holding and hit one of the windows.
Now, I don't think that was very polite. I think you are lying, and you know lying is very bad.
Malvina's going to start speaking. Actually, not. She's going to start moving her hands in a manner as she's casting a spell that does not require verbal commands.
Okay.
And I'll throw it out there when I'm doing hypnotic pattern.
Let me see.
It's not the
Wisdom
droids you're looking
save.
for.
Right.
Creature becomes charmed while charmed the spell incapacitated. Okay. What's the wisdom save DC? And it
15.
is All right. 17?
Ooh, beats it.
No.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I said, what's the...
15, I'm sorry.
15, okay. That's one. What is their... Where wisdom? Where did I put their stat blocks here? I got a 14, and I got a 12.
Okay.
So
They should be kind of dazed there.
okay, so tell me what this looks like.
Malvina just starts moving her hands in a certain manner, and this splashes them forward towards them, and beautiful lights start coming out of her hands, and she just starts smiling wistfully as these guys are just caught in like these dead lights, and you're just staring at them and kind of swaying to their movement.
As you kind of these kind of men just kind of like begin swaying and stuff. You are going like you see them kind of like stop in their tracks as their arms go a little bit limp, and you like you're standing there for a second. We'll get to Bobby in just a second. Bobby, you are at this point at the top of the wall, and you can see that there are 3 more dragoons that are approaching up the coming up the alleyway. Not from the same. They haven't seen you yet.
Okay. There's no way that I can like open the gate from the other side.
You don't know how it even opens.
Okay. All right. I'll drop back down and help my friends.
Help them do what?
I don't know. Face these guys. Okay. So
Slit their throats.
I mean, you have a couple you have maybe 15 seconds before they come up. They hit the cross street, and so they see this whole scene.
Okay. And those 2 dudes are dazed right now.
They can't move. They can't do a whole lot of anything.
Okay. If we just book it, if we just run the other way, will those 2 guys still be dazed?
They'll be stuck there. Yeah.
They'll be stuck there? Okay, I think we should just run back to the docks then. Because I don't think we can handle 5 dragoons, and I don't know if we want to, like, rack up a bounty with them. What do you guys think?
Sorry, I was sneezing really hard, and I muted myself, and I forgot. Sorry. I didn't want everyone to hear my sneeze. It was gross. I mean, but they stole from us. And they lied. I don't think it's very fair that we have to do the running. You know what?
That's fair.
No. You know what? If they're going to steal from us, we're going to steal from them. Let's go find a better boat.
Oh, okay.
It's fair.
You guys have a couple. You
You
have like 5 seconds before they come around. What do you want to do?
Let's run.
Fuck it. If they're going to steal a boat, I kind of want to kill them, but that sounds bad, so let's not.
What are you guys doing?
All right, I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at the incoming guards that haven't seen us yet.
Okay.
And
Go.
while she's doing that, I also want to do something.
Okay, go. You can basically get if you guys want to attack them, you can get a surprise round on them. Not a full surprise round. It's just enough for one action. And then then it's on. So what do you want to do?
Okay, I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at.
They are not aware. Go ahead and make an attack with advantage.
Do I just click the crossbow thing?
Yep.
In my okay.
Yep. A nat 1 and a nat 20. Good luck. Yeah, good thing you had advantage. All right. What is everyone else gonna do while this is happening?
Hold on. I want to do something deviously fun.
Let's hear it.
Can I guess? How far away are they?
They are probably about maybe 20 feet, 25 feet at this point, around the corner.
How far is? I don't have it like actually in there. I just have the like actual spell.
What's the spell?
No, it's 15 feet. Wait, right?
I don't know what the spell is.
I cast Thunderwave.
Thunder Wave.
They're too far away. But I can use it on the people that are dazed.
Thunder Wave is a 15-foot area around you.
Yes, I realize. I am very sad. Do I have any spells that are... I should have thought about this before I started making this.
As you got to make a decision now. What about you, Malvina?
I'm gonna slit one of the dazed one's throat.
Okay.
Oh, fuck me sideways. Girl, you just went in.
He is not paralyzed, so you make an attack with advantage. It's not an instant crit though.
Okay.
Wait, no, I think he might be incapacitated. Let me just what was the spell?
It was hypnotic pattern, and yeah, he is incapacitated and has a speed of 0.
Here we go. Incapacitated. Oh yeah, that's not paralyzed. Okay, so you can just make a normal attack against him.
Okay. Actually, I'll probably use my rapier to do it because
okay, go for it.
Stick it right in. Okay.
A 16. A 16 will just be enough to hit him.
Okay.
Okay. And Raylan.
I'm gonna hold my action until they are within a 20-foot.
Okay, there's no holding action at this point. You can either use your surprise round or we're just gonna do normal initiative.
Okay, no, what I'm gonna do for the surprise round is I'm just gonna use my action to steal the club from one of the Can I do that?
Okay,
And that's all I wanna do.
roll me a dexterity check.
Oh my god, I'm so stressed. I'm hyperventilating, guys. Dexterity, just a regular dexterity roll?
Dexterity check, yeah. 13. Okay. So he can't take any actions or reactions, which means that is you can sort of just reach out and grab this thing out of his hand. As this is happening, Bobby, you rolled a hit on your crossbow, so go ahead and give me the damage there.
Do I just click the crossbow thing, right?
Just click the word in chat, yeah.
Okay. So 8.
8 damage. Okay. Melvina, you do your rapier damage.
Sure thing.
Where are we now? Monsters. There we are. Okay, 10 damage. Where are we here? Good enough.
The blood that starts spurting out.
Okay. Yeah. So you what's it called? Bobby, you sort of like lean out and fire your crossbow, and you just watch as it sort of strikes one of them high in like the right here in the shoulder, as he is taking like it sends him sprawling, and as he screams out in pain, like the others are gonna like look around, quickly sort of drawing their weapons. Like one of them or two of them have swords. One of them has actually you notice one of them has a big sort of like a hammer. It's like a war hammer and a shield, and he looks to be a bit more heavily dressed and armored than the other two. But you struck the one not him, the one in front. Melvina, you just turn and jab your rapier right into the gut of one of the guys you hypnotized, which I believe is going to break the that's gonna break his incapacitation there, because of the damage. So that means we are going to go into some initiative. As you guys are throwing down. So everyone go ahead and roll me initiative. Let me put some names on this list. Okay. Well, Fina, Bobby, Raylan.
Guys, I've been rolling so good tonight.
Guard 1, guard 2, guard 3, guard 4.
Wow, that's a shitty roll.
Guard. Okay.
Bree, we got the same thing. Natural ones there. Oh no.
Melvina, what'd you get?
I got a 5.
5. Bobby, would you get 7?
Oh,
7.
you got your 5 from a crit though. I don't have high dex.
Okay. So this is number 1. Whoop. I went on the floor. This is 11. This is a 8.
Pretty.
This is a 17. This is a 12. And this is an 18. Okay, so it looks like the guard with the hammer is going to go first. And he is just going to sort of like you hear him give a shout as he sees Bobby kind of like duck around the alley like and then duck back, and then he says, "Hold! Order of the municipal dragoons! Put down your weapons!" And then he's gonna kind of turn to his men, and you hear him shout, kind of bark something, as he begins kind of banging his hammer rhythmically on the shield. You can't really, as he's gonna start slowly shield up, like kind of like a riot police, as he's taking this hammer and he's banging it on the shield, and you see every time he does, there's like a shower of sparks from it, just like from this from the hammer and shield, and as he's doing this, guard number 3 and 4, and those are the guys down with him, because they also got higher than you, they're also going to come around the alleyway with him. They're gonna flank on either side, so they're gonna start branching out, kind of surrounding you in this alleyway. There is actually, all the guards get to go for you. This guy is paralyzed, but this one, the one that you just stabbed, Melvina, is going to take a swing at you with his polearm.
Okay. That's right, yes. AC 14.
Yeah. Spear, so is an 11 plus 3. That's a 14.
That hits right on the money.
You are going to take you're gonna take 6 damage as he just whacks you, like right, he doesn't get the point of the spear, it's just like the wooden shaft, just right to the side of the head, because you're kind of right up next to him, as he stumbles back, one hand on the spear, one hand kind of clutching this stab wound in his gut, but he is kind of holding the spear outwards, and you see other than his incapacitated friend, they've basically formed like a ring around you guys. Okay, Bobby, you get to go first.
Okay, I'm gonna take another. I'm gonna take a shot at the hammer guy. But I'm gonna try to shoot his leg.
Okay. You can. I mean, for any particular reason.
I just want to like stop him from like. I want to weaken him. Obviously, he's a shield up, so I don't think that I'll be able to get like a shot on his like face.
So there's
or
no
anything.
there's no like locational based damage. No,
Oh,
like
okay.
not real. Like it's there are abilities that let you sometimes target specific things, but it's just a normal attack.
I can't like wing him. Okay.
I mean, you can. It's just like that's mostly narrative stuff. It's not really like where
okay.
you
Really
choose to aim.
depends how well you roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So you want to reload your crossbow and fire again? Go for it.
Okay.
Nice.
26.
That is another. How do you roll so many nat 20s? What is going on with this shit today?
It's because I'm new. Okay. 8 plus 3, so 11 piercing.
Okay, so you're aiming at the guy, the sergeant-looking guy with the shield, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. You kind of like lock in another bolt, and as you fire, it kind of like you do your best to kind of like hold it down, and it's not gonna quite hit his leg. It's actually gonna sort of hit him right in the hip.
Okay.
And kind of like you see him kind of like jerked back. He's like, oh, as he like growls in pain at you, like shield down, hammer just like he is like that looked like it hurt.
How far away are they also?
He's probably about 10, 12 feet away.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Anything else you want to do? You want to move? Do you want to do anything else?
Oh. I think I'm just going to draw my dual wielding scimitars and just
So you
look real intimidating.
kind of sling the crossbow over your shoulder and spend your move action to draw your blades. All right. Melvina and Raylan, you guys go at the same time. What do you want to do?
Well, let's hear what you got first.
All right. I will continue stabbing the guy, but I also want to, in my bonus action there, use cutting words on him, which uses.
Cutting words prevents an attack, right? I believe cutting words is a reaction.
Is it a reaction?
I'm almost positive. Cutting words. At third level, you use your wit to distract. When a creature you can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, use your reaction to expend one of your inspiration dices, and subtracting the total from the creature's roll. So basically, that's a reaction. If you or a friend is getting hit, or you want to make something fail, you can sort of lower their roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I will probably save that then, and I will just continue with the rapier then.
Okay.
And so next time he goes to hit me, I can use my reaction to his hit?
Yeah, you totally
Okay. Sounds good.
So go ahead and roll me a rapier attack.
25.
Oh, shit.
25 will absolutely hit.
All right. For 5 points of damage.
All right. Just this is not like a stab so much as this is kind of like just a slash like across one of his his shoulder as he's trying to kind of put some distance between him and you. All right. Do you want to move? Do you want to stay where you are? Do you want to do anything?
I am gonna actually stay where I am.
Okay. Cool. All right. Then that means Raylan, it is your turn.
Okay, so I am not even going to pretend to pronounce this. I thought prestidigitation was a hard word to learn how to say. I'm sick. I'm not trying it.
Shillelagh?
Shillelagh? Is that literally it?
Yeah.
Shillelagh. Okay.
Get
so
that shillelagh.
So she took the club,
Mhm.
and she has her small wooden shield out, and she. I don't know
So Shillelagh lets you use your spellcasting modifier instead of strength for your attack.
Yes. Yeah. Now, because I don't actually have a club, like I didn't put it in there because I stole this club, I decided.
What's your spellcasting modifier? What's it?
6.
6?
Mhm.
Plus 6, really? Where's my sheet
Yes.
here?
What?
No. You use wisdom, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're right. So it's yes, because proficiency. Yeah. So it's just a d20 plus 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck me sideways.
You kind of like you use your druidic magic. I'm gonna say because you're sort of a like an aquatic druid, rather than like this club sort of turning into living wood. I would say you kind of like fill it with I guess water, so it kind of becomes like waterlogged and like expands a little bit. You become a little bit more connected to it, but still you're not terribly skilled with hand-to-hand weapons like this. You just kind of swing.
I am a soggy baby is what I just heard. I heard you just called me a soggy baby. Thank you.
In a nice way. In a nice way. But you just kind of swing and the guy ducks backwards. And it just goes wide. Do you want to stay where you are? You still have movement.
I don't know. How close am I?
You're up in melee range with that guy.
Oh, then I'm just gonna buckle up with my shield. I am not getting an attack of opportunity. That is how I almost always die.
Okay.
Fuck that.
All right. So top of the round, these guys are going to, all of the ones with the swords are going to kind of begin they're going to begin sort of like pointing their swords in as they sort of slowly take like with a shout, like, oh, they take practiced steps closer to you, like sort of as a unit, as these like men with their weapons. They're not like moving to literally just strike you down one by one. They're basically doing like a sort of a riot police maneuver right now, where they're basically encircling you with their weapons pointed towards you, because they basically all go at the same time. And so the captain will kind of like break the arrow shaft, the bolt that's like in his hip, out with a grunt and like throw it to the ground, and you see him kind of point his hammer at the nearest person, which will probably be Bobby, and you see the hammerhead sort of crackles with like static electricity, and he's gonna say,
Whatever you got, whatever you stole, whatever you're carrying, put it on the ground now. He says, and I promise it'll only be slightly painful when we drag you to the stocks.
We didn't steal anything. Your dragoons attacked us.
He's just gonna like, as he grips, he's just gonna smack his hammer on the shield, and there's another like bright shower of sparks. He says,
I'm only gonna tell you one time. Next, I'ma drag you in front of the Bone Deuce, and he'll deal with you. Put down your weapons.
I'm gonna basically mimic him and like smack my scimitars against each other, and be like, "Bring it on!"
Are the rest of you guys? Are you guys kind of with her?
And say "fuck you" and spit on the floor, the ground.
Actually, Braylon actually kind of smiles a little deviously. She sets down her weapons. She sets them down. She holds her shield, but she sets down the club that she took. She goes, I put my weapon down.
He's gonna kind of look around. He says,
I think you should follow your friend's lead.
I'm gonna look back at her and kind of like look for kind of like signal from her of what to do.
So I don't make decisions for my friends. I just know I don't need that club.
Okay. Where are we all situated? Like, where's our positioning?
you're like in the set. You're like together in like a group, and there's essentially 4 guards and 1 like guy with the electric hammer around you in a circle.
Okay. I'm going to sheath my scimitars, actually, and kind of like look like I'm defeated, and just kind of like take a step back, and kind of like, all right.
I'm gonna continue stabbing the guy.
Straight up. I'm just gonna keep scouting. Fuck that guy.
All right. 1 second. Let me check something here.
I like to imagine you just sitting there like while we're all talking and doing this, just like
It's like playing a fiddle.
yeah, just this guy's got to be close to dead by now, you know, just
Oh.
littered with holes, just like sprinkler.
Okay. The let me just check one thing here. If I can find it. Right, there we are. Okay. This guy is going to, if I could find the actual details on this. Right. He is going to basically, as you go to sort of lunge at the dude with his warhammer, you see him like throw it at you. I just blanked on the name. Malvina. Yeah, I'm sorry. Blanked on the name for a second. Malvina, he is going to chug because you kind of have to lunge at this guy, and he's been sort of holding his action to talk to you. He's just going to take his attack, and he's going to throw it. This is going to be... What's your AC?
It's gonna hurt. I think it's a 14.
He gets a 21.
Fuck. Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
You are going to take... you're going to take 14 damage. Actually plus 4. So you're gonna take 18 damage. As this hammer is gonna smack right between your shoulder blades, sending you kind of stumbling forward. But it's not just the hammer hit, because for a second your body is gonna freeze up. It feels like you were hit by a taser.
She's a hurting unit.
And
What
so
the fuck?
and you guys watch as this hammer kind of like hits her with a kind of some arcing like sparks and static, and then as it kind of flips through the air, it whips right back through the air to his hand.
4.
And he catches it and he says, "We gonna do this the easy way? We gonna do this the hard way?"
This was such a good night to start. What the fuck?
He's giving us a lot of chances. I'm like surprised that he's still dealing with us, to be honest.
Don't even worry about it, honey. Raylan is gone. NPC Bree, the aggressive bitch, is here, and I am thinking and I am plotting. We're gonna fuck these guys up.
You, as this is happening, you guys are sort of, you see him, everyone else take like another step forward with their weapons, and just as they do, you hear a sound, and you kind of look around and you realize there's something small on the ground between like where you're all sort of kind of been pushed together, and it's from it is emanating a thick cloud of smoke, of sort of obscuring gray smoke. And as it begins sort of like the guards themselves are like looking around confused as this seems to billow up around you, and eventually you guys kind of like your expressions, you're all sort of exchanging confused expressions. After a few seconds, it sort of covers your eyes and everything goes dark, and you hear noises, you hear rustling, you hear chainmail clanking, you hear voices, but you have no idea what's going on, and you hear a voice somewhere in the darkness seem to cut through the noise and whisper to you, says, "Come on, let's go."
Run! Go! Right now!
And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Oh, that's exciting!
Yay!
So, before we say anything, I just need to know, how was your first D&D game?
That was so fun! That was so much fun! Oh my gosh, I am so excited. I just want to keep playing.
Oh, it gets worse. The addiction gets worse.
As we all do. Unfortunately, it is midnight right here, and while we could go forever, we gotta save some for next time.
I'm so excited for next week.
Oh man. Well, that is gonna be it for the session. But don't run anywhere. We have a whole lot to do. First of all, if you are hanging out with us in chat, make sure you let us know what you thought of today's episode, what you thought of all the events here today. We love to hear from you, of course. As you guys are letting us know what you thought of the episode, we're gonna go around to our cast and get some thoughts and impressions from them. So, guys, let's go around the table real quick and get some thoughts and feelings on the session. I should probably I don't have one. Never mind. I was gonna put a token on for the sergeant, but you guys, let's get some thoughts and feelings from you guys about what's going on, how your first episode was, how the how this story is, the role play, all that stuff, and then of course, if you want to tell people a little bit more about where they can find you. Let's start on this end this time with Danny playing Malvina.
I think next time I play, I'm gonna actually get really fucked up before I do, so I can get really into character. Or maybe I'll just excuse myself and do that in the meantime there. But it was fucking awesome. I had so much fun. I've played with Bree before, definitely my first time playing with you, and I loved it. So I'm super fucking excited to keep on playing. I definitely gotta find my character, get into it, but she's kind of a lost soul there. I love it. You guys can find me on Twitter at Imperial Scum, and on here I am Drunken Geekery because somebody took Imperial Scum and they don't even use it.
Oh.
I think Asker knows a lot about that.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, it was fantastic having you. Love the character was great, and as Shad's was saying, she was after all kinds of booty, just all kinds of pirate booty.
All the different forms.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's going to be a running theme. Well, fantastic to have you. Thank you for joining us. It was a ton of fun. Next to her, of course, we have Nova. How we talked a little bit, but yeah, tell us what you're thinking about the game, about the character, all that good stuff.
It's so much fun. I was like having anxiety going into this because it was like my first time doing something like this, first time doing like a real role-playing game. But I was really excited and really into it, and I was really worried about because none of us knew or I didn't know anyone going into this. This is my first time doing any kind of game with any of you, and so I was nervous about how we would all come together, how our characters would come together, and it just blew me away. I was just having so much fun, and it was just going so wonderful, and it was just amazing, and I had so much fun, and I can't thank you. It was such a great first D&D impression, or it was just it was so much fun, and I'm so excited for next week. Thank you guys for having fun with me and playing with me. I'm at Novelisi on everything, so on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram. Just Novelisi. It's pretty easy to find me. Unlike these other guys who had their names stolen from them. But yeah, you guys can find me on there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys did too.
Absolutely. Guys, make sure you go check her channel out. Lots of great streaming content there, and of course, make sure you thank her and show her some love for being here. It was an absolute pleasure, and hope we will have a lot more adventures from her in the future. It's just a ton of fun and a great. I really it's always a pleasure being there for someone's first D&D experience. It's a thing you don't get to experience a lot, so you kind of treasure it when you do.
I want to reach out and give you guys all a group hug right now. I wish I could.
I'm down for some hugs right now. Except I would make everyone so sick. I would get you all so fucking sick.
Well, speaking of sick, Bree, tell us a little bit about what you thought about today and a little bit about who you are.
Well, I've been in almost a week-long NyQuil coma. I've been sicker than I've been in a long time, and even before I came into this game, I thought I was melting, and not in the good way. But I have such good energy. This is the best I've felt in over a week. I'm so excited. This was such an amazing experience. I feel like we have such a great connection, and I really can't wait till our other two girls join us because I think they are going to have a lot of fun.
Yes.
Shout out to our DM. You did amazing. You told such a beautiful story, and it was so easy to keep enraptured in it. So thank you for that, and thank you for everyone who stuck around to watch. If you want to find me, I'm NPC Bree everywhere. Pretty easy to find. I'm here for everyone's NPC needs if you ever need me. I'm mostly on Twitter when I'm not sick. I'm on Twitter more often than I'm anywhere else when I am not completely dead. But yeah, and I'll pass the torch back to you, our lovely DM.
Well, thank you guys so much. It was an absolute pleasure hanging out with all of you guys. And thank you everyone in chat, man. I'm so glad you all came out for the first episode of the Razor Coast. It was a ton of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But we have a ton of stuff to get through. We have a whole bunch of stuff, so hopefully I won't bore you with all this. First of all, I want to give shout-outs to everyone in chat. I'm always weird about whether or not I should read shout-outs during the stream, but let's go through these. I want to thank Rock Protector and Kilroy and Kane Karos and Stoic John and Ninjas and Biscuits and I Bend Spoons and Smurfy and Stregapeg and Illumini the Great. And, who else? Where are we else? And Forever Enlisted, and, Loser MLW, and Stampede Pixie, and Giga Titan, and Hooded Ornament, and Apollo Winters, and Walter Old Game, and The Blacksmith, and, man, everyone else, there's so many people. Thank you guys for following, and welcome to the madness. Thank you guys for all the hosts. Thank you to Ash Isherwood, Unmade with the fucking raid before. Thank you, Uncle Scary, for the $10. He says, I would like to give inspiration to each of the players. Well, thank you so much. Aww. Thank you so much, Uncle Scary. And thank you, Judo Killer. He says, Nat 20 for Bloody Bobby. Welcome to the D&Ds. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you, Unmade, for the 5-month resub. Guys, you are amazing. Happy Jacks with the hosts, Unmade with the hosts, all these guys coming in. You guys are amazing. Bitsman with the 20 bits. Thank you so much. you guys have been, it was just an absolute blast hanging out with all of you tonight. Hopefully we will see you for many, many things in the future. Speaking of things, let me tell you real quick what you can, if this is your first time on the Exploding Dice channel, what you can expect. This is not our only show. This is not the only D&D we do. This is not our first time on the docks, as it were. If you guys like D&D, we have a whole week of content for you. Starting on Tuesday, we have Fuzzy Dice, which is my Dungeon Master talk show, where I hang out with like nerd celebrities and content creators and all that good stuff, and talk DM stuff and gaming stuff, and it's a ton of fun. Wednesday, we have I just blanked on what we do on Wednesday. We have The Daubers, which is our little kind of whimsical fantasy adventure. I'm a player in that game where I play a rat folk druid named Fern. He's a little bit senile. But it is a ton of fun. The Daubers is a great little show. If you like kind of sort of family-friendly D&D entertainment, it's run by Daryl Splatterdink, who does all of the art for the show by hand, and it's amazing, and you should definitely come check it out. Of course, Thursdays, we're going to be doing this. This is our new Thursday thing. Fridays, we're actually off, though not in December. I'm going to tell you about that in just a bit. Fridays, we're usually off because I play my home game on Fridays. Saturdays, of course, we have Writhing Moon, our open legend horror campaign. And then Sundays, we play Mouse Guard, The Dark Spring, where I play Tynan Trail Chaser. On the Forefronts is the DM for that, as well as That Bronze Girl, Simply JXN, Drunkly Romantic. It's a ton of fun, and you should be there. That's our week of D&D content, man. It's a ton of stuff for you guys to hang out and check out. So if you like that stuff, please consider either, if you already hit that follow button, please consider hitting either the subscribe button or checking out our Patreon. All of that goes back to helping us make all of this awesome content for you. Speaking of content, we have a thing that we're supposed to be doing right now, and that is
Giveaway!
we're supposed to be doing a giveaway here. So as I said, someone is gonna win this book. It might be someone in chat, it might not, but I have to pick a random person from this retweet, and we're gonna see just who is going to get it. So let me open this up here and see. It's picking. This is actually taking a lot longer than I thought it would.
Is it me?
That's what she said?
Did I win though? Did I win?
I don't know. Did you retweet? Is that a thing that happened?
I think I retweeted.
I think I
remember.
retweeted
I don't know, man.
I kind of want it.
I'm very sick. I don't know what's going on anymore. Honestly, I got ready for work today. I had to work a few hours, and I was like, I found a sock, and then I started to put on tights, and like.
Well, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt that story. I did, but we do have a winner. The winner of the Xanthar's Guide and the tabletop loot dice is Uncomfortable Sean, which is my favorite name.
Best handle. I need to go find this person on Twitter like right now.
As Uncomfortable Sean, if you are in chat. If not, I will find you on Twitter, and we got one of these going your way. And thank you guys so much for all of your support, man. So many retweets, so much sharing, so much love. By the way, don't think that's all we have to give away. I've got more of these things. I've got like 4 of these books, so we're gonna have more giveaways.
Nice.
We have a ton
Why do you
of
have
stuff.
so many?
People just give me stuff. It's weird. I don't know. You know what I just got that I got in from my friend over at Geeks Guild? We got some D20 heart pins.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
They're adorable. And Anna B. Photo, Anna Bacara makes them, and she sent me a bunch of them, and so we might be using those. By the way, I just missed it. Where is it? Streamlabs. Thank you, D. Frizzell, for the 100 bits. It says, roll all the dice. Well, thank you, my friend. You know what they say. Beers for cheers. Thank you, my friend. And Brunavid, thank you for the subscription, my friend. Welcome. Enjoy your time as Dice Thula's minion. Okay. What?
So I found Uncomfortable Sean on Twitter.
Did you?
I was gonna follow him until I saw his pinned tweet, and it says, to thank every new follower, I will send them a dick pic.
Probably don't follow that guy then.
I'm not going to follow him, but I'm going to support him. So if anyone wants a dick pic, fine and comfortable scum.
Look, at least
He's on.
at least you know what you're getting into.
Yeah, at least he warned you.
I mean, it might be a surprisingly good one.
Um,
Worth to follow.
Well, here's you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do because
Alright, Maldina.
because I'm feeling in a giving mood today, and this was such a fun episode. Are you guys? How about we give away something to someone who's here in chat? Right? That would be cool, right?
Yeah.
You guys want to hang out? Let me look. You know what I got?
Oh, ninja.
I have a Dogmite Games dice box.
Shit.
Oh my gosh.
There's a magnetic wooden dice box from Dogmite Games, and we're gonna.
Gosh.
I have it. So why don't we give away this in chat? Here's what's gonna happen.
That's so beautiful.
It is really nice. It's
Really
really
nice.
cool. I'm gonna hold it up so you can see it.
Ooh.
I'm gonna start this, and we're gonna do this as we try and find someone to host. So what's the command? The command will be !dog. There we go, guys. All you have to do is !dog to join. It's open to anyone in chat, and I will send you this as long as you're like within shipping distance. Please no making me ship things to like Nova Scotia. But that is gonna be it, guys. That is gonna be it for our show. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone who is watching. Sog. No, it's not Sog. Thank you, guys. We are gonna end as we usually do by finding someone awesome to host, to pass the love on to. As I check the D&D category, who's cool right now? Who's online that's really, really cool? Let's see here. Who looks really, really cool? Why don't we go say hi to Saving Throw Show? You know what? They're on they're on our stream. We don't. You know what? Could we do that? Should we do that?
I'm down for it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, let's go say hi to Saving Throw Show. It's been a while since we actually crashed their stream. They are, if you guys don't know, Saving Throw Show are good friends of ours. They are part of our streaming team, the Tabletop Game Network, and we're gonna drop some love onto them. Let me just, that'll give you a couple seconds to get in on the Dogmite giveaway. It's the last couple seconds. If you have not entered, now is the time to do it. I'm gonna be closing that as soon as the delay catches up with me. All right. Giveaway. There we go. Giveaway is closed, and here we go. Let's pick the winner. Let's do it.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Oh. What we got?
Is he? Okay, so hold on. That winner is not actually in chat, so that's a winner that's held over from last time. So can't do that, but I can do this. I should have cleared that. Where is that giveaway? There we go. There we go. Rigged. It's not rigged. The winner is RouteNet. Congratulations, my friend. Thank you for hanging out with us. Make sure you get in touch with me via a message so I can get this shipped out to you. By the way, these are the strongest magnets I've ever seen in my life. It's ridiculous.
Congratulations.
Congrats,
That's
man.
awesome.
Enjoy your dice box. I hope you put some good dice in it. Congrats. Make sure you just... What's up?
Kenny, he's got to name it after the box, the mating box.
Yeah.
The mating box.
Box after
Yes.
a box.
This is it. This is the mating box. Well, congrats, my friend. Again, just get in touch with me, send me a message, and this will be going right out to you. We, of course, are going to get out of here, but first we're going to drop an exclamation point raid on Saving Throw Show. So here's what you know what you have to do. Just grab that exploding dice raid command, all those d20s, any d20 that you have. I don't even care if it's ours. Any d20 will do. Just make sure you drop it in Saving Throw Show's chat, and we're going to go raid them right now. There we go, guys. That's gonna take a couple seconds. So make sure you click the button. I want everyone clicking the button. As that's going on, we're gonna get out of here, guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time. But do you want one last little announcement?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
This is exclusive. I haven't announced this on anything yet.
Put a homegirl up.
Every December, every Friday in December, we are going to be doing a charity game because December is December. And so you guys are going to be hearing information about that. We're going to have charity one-shots every week. You guys stay tuned for Twitter for that. It's going to be amazing. Some crazy content creators and community members involved in that. That's it from us, guys. We'll see you next time. Take care. As always, don't let Dice Lulu get his tentacles on you because he might. They missed it. There we go. It sent the host away. Oh, no. All right, let me, I think we're out.